Ulonka tabati yada to ye ko madaifa. Inu to ye ko je love bipa. Oba tala, oba takutakun. Songo eshu, ogun oya osun. Kini sheshe, tan she nile yo. O jelo jara.
Alafia, peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Welcome to another episode of the African Spirituality Experience. I'm your host, Orisha Bami, and we're back tonight, family, with another one with Orisha Stone in the building, ready to get it cracking with these crystals and these stones, man, to make it do what it do, make it be what it be. So without further ado, Brother Orisha Stones, peace and blessings to the God, man. How you doing today?
And peace to the guys, peace to the guys. Happy Black August, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling like a real Black Office, emissary, you know what I mean? Messenger of the people, man, and a revolutionary, man. And yeah, shout out to the real revolutionaries, who have done real work in this month, man. That was something we was chopping it up with before we jumped on the air, man. So, shout out to all those who paved the way, before us to be here today. So shout out to, those of IET, the 1804, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, Toussaint Louverture, Dutty Bookman, Cecilia Fatima, Francois Macandile, you know what I'm saying? All the revolutionaries who played a major role in that movement. Nat Turner, you know what I mean? For the Nat Turner revolt. You were sharing a few of them too that you was chopping up with, earlier before we came on. You were saying there's a few others that you wanted to make mention of. So with that, man, shout out to the tribe. Everybody who was rocking with me Friday night, last night, and then, like I said, we back for the three-peat. We back again tonight, man. So with that, hey, it's all yours, bro.
Bro, we've been going hard, bro. Like one thing about it, we've been going hard, putting out good sound information. Yes, Black August. I saw your watch party with Kaba Kamin yesterday, which is people don't be understanding who these people are until they pass and everything else. So what you're doing is I'm building a library in the new age. And I know a lot of our elders always like, yo, we don't like social media, we don't like social media. But I'm telling you, what y'all doing is very important. It's reaching out to a lot of people. So shout out Black August, like you said, you gave a shout out to a lot of the ancestors. Fred Hampton, I'll say, Mutulu Shakur, Marcus Garvey, and we got a new ancestor just recently, Malcolm Jamal Warner. So I know I'm not gonna go too far into that with the whole Malcolm Jamal Warner thing. That's maybe for another channel, maybe for your Patreon. But or maybe for some of the elders like Kaba Kamin, ask him the significance. I want to hear his opinion, or a revolutionary like the brother we had in Jacksonville,
Professor Small.
Professor James Small, or ask them about Black Friday. Watch how they go in. You see what I'm saying? Malcolm Jamal Warner was a revolutionary the same way Bill Cosby was a revolutionary because he was trying to change the narrative of how they put Black men and the agenda against Black men. You see what I'm saying? So Malcolm Jamal Warner, he didn't have any conspiracies against him or anything. He had just learned the power of the same thing that you're doing right now, the power of conversation, the power of the podcast. You know what I'm saying? This new age. He just talked to it, and he was making some big moves behind the screens that people don't know. But do your research on Malcolm Jamal Warner, see how far that rabbit hole takes you. But we on right now, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Shout out Black August, man. Black August. Shout out RBG, man. Tell your RBG. Because shout out Mercury Collective. Shout out real ones that got their foot, you know what I'm saying, real out on Chiefs Walk the Land. So I'll share.
I say, oh yeah, Kabiesi, Kabiesi. So yeah, another Shango, as well. We had that Shango energy in here burning it down Friday, man. With shout out to Baba Kepa Patar, who came in and burned it down with that Shango sacerdotal priestly order, you know what I'm saying, Ashe of Kabiesi. So that's real. And then shout out to the tribe. The tribe been holding it down. I appreciate all y'all, appreciate the love and support. Definitely shout out to Irada Rowan. I hope I'm saying your name right, Queen. Irada Rowan joining the community, man. Definitely appreciate that. Appreciate the support. Welcome to the tribe. And then also we got the tribe coming in now, ready to get this thing cracking, man. So with that, yeah, man. And real quick too, before we really get into it, shout out to Professor Kaba, because it's funny you said that. After I got off with you earlier, I was saying how I had talked to him, and yes, sir, spirituality before religions. And it's funny because I was trying to get a hold of him We spoke last week, but like I said, like I was saying it last night too, he got a lot going on. He's traveling. He got events in different states and all that. And then on top of that, he got a couple other big projects he's working on. So we was trying to lock that in to do the watch party for the the Nagas and Kemet documentary that he just released. And so yeah, we got it confirmed, family. I don't have it up on the channel yet, but I will, if not this evening, definitely by tomorrow. We're gonna do it next Saturday. I think this might be a normal thing, man. We're gonna have another Saturday Night Live next Saturday, man. I say Saturday Night Live watch party with Professor Kaba Tribe. So those who was on the call last night, we're gonna do it with him next Saturday at 10:30. I believe it's August 16th. Next Saturday at 10:30 p.m. So I'll be sharing the links to all that, and I'll be sharing, a couple of snippets that I got from the documentary that, he gave me permission to share with the tribe on the channel to kind of promote, to get ready for this watch party. So we will have Professor Kaba in this thing next Saturday at 10:30 p.m. family. So I'll definitely be sharing the links to that. I'll probably do like a pre-watch party because it's going to be a Patreon exclusive watch party. So those who want to come, you don't have to join the Patreon, even though I do have a free tier, but all we're asking for to come to the watch party is just a donation. You could donate $1 or $1,000. It's up to you, but that's all he's asking. He didn't want to charge for it because, he loves to serve the people. So we're just asking for a donation for y'all to come through to watch the private live stream, but I'll do a public pre-party live stream too to kind of just get ready for it next Saturday as well. But I'll set up a link for the for access to the private watch party with Professor Kaba, but we are going to be doing that next Saturday. We just locked that in stone, like Orisha stone. So we're going to make it do what it do, family. So with that, bro, I'm ready to get to it, man. So when it comes to matter of fact, let's rewind and go back because the last few times we did this, it was more or less like you brought your channel on the road and came over here. You know what I'm saying? And it was like interviewing me for the most part. So now I feel like this time it's I think I got the ball. I'm playing point guard. So I'm gonna throw a few questions at you, man, if you don't mind. I don't think I ever talked about this with you off air or on air. So can you kind of share with me how the name Orisha Stone came about, and then also the significance of stone when it comes to your name? Because me and Baba Kepra Patel was talking about the Ren last night, and in ancient Kemet, they call names or titles your Ren. So you clearly have a couple different Rens. So can you kind of share with us what how that Ren came about and significance to Orisha Stone?
Okay, and you asked me a crazy. That was that might be a little long winded, so I'm gonna try to wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? But Orisha Stone came from I did a lot of time in Islam, and they start doing the Sufism. In Sufism, they teach you about all these different things, mudras, prayers or whatnot. So it kind of already kind of led me into hoodoo and everything else. I was in a legal situation, and I asked for help from somebody. It was funny. I asked for help from somebody who was actually Rodney's cousin. I asked for help from somebody, and he was teaching me about rituals. He was teaching me about Papa Legba, court cases, Ogun energy, and everything else at Crossroads. So he sent me on a little place. I went out there to New Orleans and met some hoodoo priests, some people that were into Mama Wata energy. They taught me, and it was just learning. It was more learning than anything, but the whole time they were trying to heal me, I was learning as well. So the name itself comes from, for me, Orisha meant spirit, or element of element of the spirit. And the stone came from, that was my talent. My mom was into gemstones. My grandmother before, like her, was into gemstones. We've already been into it. So she named me and my brothers after stones. So it was like, it just came to me in a dream, to be honest with you. It was like the Orisha came to me. That was the first real spiritual experience. I never seen Allah. I never seen Jesus. I never seen nothing outside of anything else. But the first thing that came to help me, especially when these white people were trying to throw us away in Mississippi and just giving us time, they were playing stuff on us, doing all. I asked for a favor from like they say, go to the Crossroads. So I went to the Crossroads. I did something with Papa Legba. Shout out to the brother that put me on there, Brother Mike. I went to the Crossroads. I did what was done. I said, if this worked in court, I'm getting out of Mississippi. You see what I'm saying? And it worked. And I put that together. Like I said, it just came to me like a dream. I know it don't sound like whatever, but it came to me like a dream. I was dreaming one day, and then the thing about it is, that's why I said it's a little longer than that, because after I got out of Mississippi, I followed the Orisha. The first thing was I had to listen to what the elder told me. This is when I started getting into readings. So I'm listening to the elder. The elder was like, yo, you need to do this, this, and that. So I did it. First off, you hear and you obey. There's no sense in getting into the shit if you're not gonna listen.
Right.
It's not gonna work for you if you want to do it. You try to do it your way. It's not gonna work the way you know what I'm saying. So I did it how I was told to do it. I went to go see the people I was told to go see. And when you're going to see these spiritual people, you can pay to be a sightseer, you can pay just for a reading, or you can pay to learn. You see what I'm saying? So I set up under like I said, Tahir, RBG, all these different people. They gave me a reading. They were like, yo, you're probably going to one or two places. They say I'm going either to Washington or I'm going back home to Florida. So I came back home to Florida. I got off the case. Everything happened the way it was supposed to happen. A big shout out to High John the Conqueror. All these different spirits that I'm naming, High John the Conqueror, and all these different spirits and ancestors, I label them Orisha spirit stone. How do you do it now? The stone aspect is also, that's ancient. This is ancient. This is ancient spiritual technology. It's spiritual technology. This isn't nothing I'm creating. I don't make the stones do anything the stones are gonna do what the stones gonna do. I decided to put my art to it because my mama, she was she, to be honest, she was the wild rapper. She was the one in the comedic science and whatnot. You see what I'm saying? So that was my baby. You know what I'm saying? She's the oil. She's the oil for me. So she was in the military. She went to different places. She would collect stones. I got to put some of her videos up. She went way to Oregon, somewhere, Washington, and she would find stones and she would tell me about them. She would watch them and tell me about them. So I had when she passed away, I had abundance of stones. Now, mind at this point in time, I'm trying to do anything to figure out how I can save my mama from cancer. So I'm studying these Orishas. Yo, it got me off this court case. Maybe I can do something to save her. I'm studying these stones, but at that point in time, we were had limited information. We didn't have all these different ways of access to information that we do now. You see what I'm saying? The sour south elderberry, stuff like that. In Mississippi, we don't have that growing everywhere. So we had to go buy from the Asians, and the Asians, they getting out. For one sour south fruit, they selling that $50. So I say that to say, of course, she passed away after we gained the information. We got all this information now, but the mission, we didn't, you know what I'm saying? She passed, and when she passed, I started dealing with her stones. She had this crazy amethyst stone, she had this black star sapphire, black cat's eye. She was in the really black stones. Her name, shout out Chocolate Diamond. We always talk about black-owned businesses. She was Chocolate Diamonds. When you see the dude from Living Single, he's always wearing crystal jewelry. She was selling the jewelry to him. So shout out Chocolate Diamond. But yeah, so she was doing it. I started rocking with the stones. I grabbed one of her stones one day. I had to figure out what it was. You know what I'm saying? She left me these stones, and I grabbed it, and I just broke down. I think it was an amethyst or something like that. I broke down amethyst. And that's when I started realizing the energy. That's when you realize the energy of the stone, because I didn't break down like I was already on the verge of breaking down, but I actually just released when I had that amethyst, and it really helped me out. I'm a completely different person before this. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But kept me alive. The Orishas kept me out of prison because Ogun don't like being in jail. You see what I'm saying? So I blended them, man. I had to blend the energies that like Bruce Lee says, you want to blend the energies that work for you. Like Bruce Lee didn't just practice one traditional style. He mixed them up. And Tahir always said the same thing. Grab what works for you and put it together. Now, a lot of people in the so-called communities weren't rocking with stones. They were like, yo, that's a European thing, that this is that the whole time. This is Earth stuff. We belong to the Earth, and the Earth belong to us. So I merged that too. I caught hell for it for a couple of years, but then I just stuck with it, and it worked because those minerals, these stones, you can communicate with spirit. You can communicate with these animals. That's how you can communicate. And some people think that's crazy or whatever, but you just got to try it. It's not even about what the books say. It's not about what I say or anybody say. It's about experience. And people write down their experiences in said books. In ancient tablets, they write down their experiences. It's bigger than somebody writes down. You got to look at the reference. You want to do the research on it. You want to take it serious because, damn, wait a minute. I felt energy from this stone. So what can I do with the next stone? What can I do? And I told you, my mom, she passed from breast cancer. So of course, I'm trying to find everything. Me and cancer got beef. So of course, I know, and now I'm into shungite. Shungite is a very, very powerful mineral. Very powerful mineral. Carbon-based. It eats up electromagnetic frequencies from 5G towers. That this is what's causing fibroid tumors. This is why on the Gulf Coast, a lot of places in Mississippi, they're eating bad. They have all these towers up, and everybody down there got fibroid tumors. Everybody down there got cancer. That's something we need to address. My bad. Go ahead.
No, that's fact. I just wanted to ask because I got this crystal, right? And I'm trying to figure out like it got a lot of other stuff on it. What kind of do you know what this is right here? This
Can you blow the screen up? No, I'll blow the screen. I can't because when you're looking at this, right, I can look at it.
My camera's not close to me, so I'm trying to figure out like how I can get it closer to you. What about like that?
What color is that? Gray?
It's black, like black, but it got like a gray like tone or tint to it too.
Okay, right, and you're in Tampa, so it's a strong possibility. I can't see it great, but you want to look at this every stone because each one of them lines, each angle, all that stuff represents a different stone. It represents a language. So in my opinion, that you say it's gray.
It's black. Well, the crystals are black, but the stone is like a blackish grayish, like smoke color.
I would say that's a smoky quartz. It might be smoky quartz.
Okay.
But at the same time, we also have black calcite, especially in Tampa. There's a lot of calcite, but that color, the way it's shining like that, that's probably a smoky quartz.
I'm about to send you a picture of it. I'm gonna take a good picture of it and send it to you because I got this. Actually, was a gift, man. One of my supporters sent me this a while back, man. But it speaks to me. I like it. It's a powerful piece.
Yeah, like if it's smoky quartz is powerful. We were gonna get on top of that because sent you that because they're sending that's love right there. You see what I'm saying? This is language you could talk without saying words, and you might not even catch on to this. You might not catch on to the conversation until years later when you look at it and say, "Yo, what does the stone really mean?" So he's giving you a smoky quartz. That smoky quartz is to absorb negative energy. He's trying to protect your energy. For smoky quartz. Now you can do many things with smoky quartz. You can, but you also got to cleanse it too. You got to cleanse on a regular basis because it's absorbing negative energy. I think that also blocks electromagnetic frequency too. But me personally, keep it by your window sills around your house. Keep it at the foot of your bed because at the end of your day, you probably don't work in the matrix, but some people that do work in the matrix, you got to realize you got different. Just like in the matrix, you got different. Pop up.
Yeah. Oh, listen, it's funny that you say that because when I'm blessed now. I'm grateful to be able to do what I love for a living now, which is serve the people. So that's a blessing within itself. So I'm grateful for that. But when I was in the corporation, when I was doing a corporate job, I kept this goodie bag with me, and this got. Shoot, I probably got a good, I don't know, maybe 12 to 15, at least 12 to 15 stones, bro. But what's funny is like I remember how I would deal with people and the energy was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like in regards to like in my day-to-day, activity with work. And so I remember when I first got hip to the stones and crystals, I got this little goodie bag, bro, like a medicine bag, and shoot, I would keep, you know what I mean? Like right now I got some, I don't know what this is, but you could probably tell me. This is like a grayish black stone too.
I can't see it. I don't want to keep guessing.
Okay. I can't really see it. I'll send you pictures of it because, like I said, look, that's your specialty, man. So I need to find out. Cause I just rock with them because at the time I got the Crystal Bible by I forgot her name, but I got that. So at the time I specifically was intentional with every stone that I bought, but it's not something that I was consistent with studying and like self-initiating myself with every day. So it's like I know them, but not like that. I gotta look them up. You know what I mean?
Everything changed with the season, big dog. Like you a Gemini, you know this. You see what I'm saying? Everything changed with the season. Everything changed with the frequency of the universe, the cosmic order of things, right? So this stone might be activated this month. It might not be activated next month. That's where people get confused when they were like, my birthstone. They still happen to be born in the time frame that this stone is most active.
Gotcha.
They know this through science. Like I'm glad that you said the spirituality aspect of stones because there's many different. It's multifaceted. There's many different. Look at the stone. You can look at it science. You can look at it financially. You can look at it spiritually. We're choosing the spiritual route, but when it comes to the science route, look at the military. Let me hold on. Let me find something for you. The military has been the AWA Communication Technology Museum, the AWA Communication Technology Museum, AT&T scientists. These people studying crystal. How are we talking on the cell phone right now? You're talking on cobalt, quartz, gold, silver, and black obsidian. This is a black obsidian at the end of the day. That's why so many people are kind of because you're in the Adonis energy. You're looking into the mirror and you're expecting. Now, if you use it for positive, like Cerebro, like Professor X, you use it for positive because it has to be a balance. It has to be a balance to go against the negative narrative. That's what Malcolm Jamal Warner was just pushing out there. The narrative of why is everything in Hollywood gay, gangbanger, dumb as hell, lame, broke, y'all don't show no entrepreneurs. You don't show no real spiritual people outside of, like I said, I love Wicked City. Things are changing now. But when he was getting into it, you got to realize he grew up in this thing. So when he was into it, he's seeing what y'all did to the Bill Cosby's and all these different people, the Richard Pryor's and all these different people. He understands the power of the contract in Hollywood, and he was about to expose them. And, well, like I said, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole, but
we're gonna go down it. We're just gonna go down it in the Patreon. That's all. You know what I mean? So we're gonna not only we're gonna go down, we're gonna scream. We're gonna,
like I said, like I'm
full throttle down there.
I'm here with it. The great thing about you is you get to talk to master teachers. I'm a master student. Ask Kaba Kameen about it. Ask Professor Paul about it. You see what I'm saying? Because ask them about Black August when you do your show. You see what I'm saying?
What I'm gonna tell you too, man. What you not? I didn't mean to cut you off, but when you said that, one of the things which I was thinking about it when you were giving your definition and your explanation to your name, it came to mind about one of the best. No, I'm just gonna say the best breakdown that I've ever heard in regards to a personality or a characteristic to an Orisha was the breakdown that Professor Smalls gave on another platform where he broke down the qualities and the characteristics of Ogun. And when I tell you he broke it down, it was so hard to me because he broke it down from a philosophical, from a spiritual, from a scientific to a metaphysical to, you know what I'm saying? Like he broke it down. Like, I'm like, yo, but it was powerful because, yes, sir, because he broke it down basically based off of the stones. Those who have made it to that stage of their journey, who has, you know what I'm saying, that have received their Ajagun or their warriors, right? They know that there are certain elements that come within that cauldron that represents Ogun. So when I tell you Professor Smalls broke that thing down, bro, he broke it down. It was amazing.
Because I learned it through experience. Like I said, I didn't have teachers, and this is why your channel, this is why the channel like you're pushing is important. Because back then, I think right around that time, Hidden Colors came out.
Mm-hmm.
You got to realize I'm in the Bible Belt. I think I'm renegade. I'm going against. I'm revolutionary by being Muslim. I'm not realizing these people playing in our face. They got us chasing our tail with this thing. You see what I'm saying? But then when I'm studying the spirituality from where I'm from, I'm not even saying African spirituality. Like I said, I didn't learn the Orisha from Africa. I learned the Orisha from right there on the Four Corners in Mississippi, right down the street from the courthouse.
But see, this is the thing too, though, bro. Like, and that's why I love being able to talk to a versatile group of guests, because spirituality doesn't have no limit. It don't have no box. It don't have no, you know what I'm saying, stamp or tattoo on it that has to personify it as this one specific thing. That's the shot. You know what? Matter of fact, let me shout out another channel, which I don't do often, but I'm going to do it. Shout out Elemi. I forgot the name of her channel. It's she's a Orisha. She's a priestess. I want to say of Oshun. But she has an Orisha channel. Her name is Elemi. I cannot think. I'm pretty sure somebody in the tribe knows her channel, but I can't think of her the name of her channel. But her channel is dope because she speaks about Ifa and Isheshe and Orisha and all that. But she's very open and very vocal about being. I think she's a doggone. I think she's like a pastor. She's like a Buddhist. She's like she received. You know what I'm saying? Like she's made it through the ceremonial, you know what I'm saying, like traditions and initiations in a lot of different faith systems.
All of it, everything's working.
And when I tell you, I love that because she speaks about that too. She's like, yeah, and also I'm a Orisha priestess, you know what I'm saying, as well. But she's like, but I believe in studying or picking up information or, you know what I'm saying, like knowledge or whatever it is, spirituality from whatever serves me. I'm not in no constraint or some box that somebody could put me in. And I agree with that 1,000,000% because for me, I'm heavy with Kemet. You know what I'm saying? I haven't received any Kemet or Kemetic ceremonies, what have you, but I have received some very powerful downloads from Kemet, and I have some very powerful experiences, some very powerful blessings that I've gotten through the system of Kemet. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I rep Kemet very, very heavy and very, very hard, because that speaks to me. It speaks to my soul, and I know that I have soul ties and connections to Kemet, which Kemet is on both sides of the water, whether we're talking about in Africa or we're talking about in America. Either way, the Kemetic spiritual aspects and foundations are all over the planet. We can go in the planet. We can go in the ocean. We can go in the inner earth. We can go to Antarctica. We can go wherever you want to go. You're going to see pyramids around that mother lover. And when you see that, you know that presence was there. So therefore, that's what Ashe is about. Like, there ain't no box. There ain't no limit to what you can put me or this channel or the members of this channel into, because we are here to do what we came here to do. And we here now. We're going to make it happen and do it by any means necessary. So with that, we don't believe in boxes around here, bro.
I say, yo, bro, two things I need to go back to, because you said about Ogun, right? Everybody want to be Shango. Everybody want the easy way out. Everybody want to be
like the females want. A lot of females want to be Oshun. That's funny.
Shango. Nobody want to be Ogun. Nobody want to be Oya. You see what I'm saying? What he said about Ogun is study Ogun. Study the Ogun is a whole lecture of technology. We worry about AI. Ogun runs AI. At the end of the day, we don't understand how powerful Ogun is. You see what I'm saying?
All technology too, bro.
AI runs from this. Let me go holler at Uncle real quick. He's a soldier. He's waiting for the order. The order is sent when we're out there on this Lion Gate portal and you're manifesting and you go into the railroad tracks, you pouring some good stuff out there for him. Get you something good for Ogun. Get you a cigar. Get, you know what I'm saying? Do some amazing stuff for Ogun, palm oil, stuff like that. You can like, I can't even talk about some things, but Ogun's a soldier. He protects his soldiers, bro. Listen, Ogun's a soldier. He protects his soldiers. When I tell you, when I go to the court and all of a sudden shit go to glitching, or the court case is dropped or whatever, you see what I'm saying? And I realize you don't need a gun no more. I'm bulletproof. I don't need a gun no more. You don't need certain things no more, because you when Ogun on you, you got different kind of spiritual warriors. And like you said about the stones, this is a universal construct, because think about it. These stones are the same stones that they're saying, like you said, when you start standing outside the box and realizing all this shit belong to you, when you start realizing that the Jade Emperor, Ganesh is Ogun, when you realize Shiva is Shango, when you realize, oh my gosh, it keeps going over and over again. Papaleba, Kokopale, Hydron the Conqueror, Booty Bookman, it's all Papaleba, it's all the same character. It's
That's
energy.
True. Yeah.
It's energy. Keep going over and over again. They don't do the research on it. So when you're saying what connected the Orisha and the stone, doing real research and understanding. Rule number one, knowledge of self. What do you need before anybody else reads you? You should understand what you need. Now, that's why you go to spiritual readers, because the spiritual reader be like, yo, I can tell off my intuition that you need to take your shit. You need to stop procrastinating, or you need to let this relationship go and focus on yourself. That's what spiritual readers are supposed to give you, spiritual advice from a higher perspective, or called the ancestors, and give you advice from ancestors, right, to keep you on the Sarat the Mustaqim, or the right path, right?
Yeah.
Case in point, would you always say synchronicities, right?
Yeah.
I called the green gold dragon from Sirius. Ogun is green and black, but he's also green. Well, he can be green and gold too.
Especially green and black, and white and black, depending on like who your house and your lineage as well. My lineage, Ogun, so white and black.
Ogun is also one of his high phases is the dragon. Shango is one of his high phases. Shango Macho becomes the dragon. And it's funny because the green dragon, right? The green gold dragon. You see, I'm not just making this up. You just brought up Ogun. I didn't know this, right?
Can you move it a little bit to your left? Yep, right there. Down a little bit. Okay, green gold dragon from Sirius.
Now I'm about to read it to you. Now watch this. That's just the aspect of the energy. We're in the green energy, but it brings universal knowledge of spiritual pathway. Learn about spiritual technology. Be a transmitter of sacred knowledge. Learn about spiritual technology. Be a transmitter of sacred knowledge. That's what the truth is. You said the spiritual purpose of these stones is spiritual technology. Just like we were talking about the Vajra last time. Just like we were talking about this cigar is spiritual technology. Yeah. People run around with sage, but I would rather have a nice old Buffalo Olmec cigar. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Than I would some sage.
Yeah.
Because people don't really understand the spiritual. It's a spiritual tool. You're using sage in the wrong way sometimes.
Yeah. And you know, and shout out to Baba Ifa Karade, because he broke this down. We had a show. I might have to like share some clips of that, but we had a show about the Warriors where we went in, man. But he killed it when he broke down like the tools, because see, that's one of the things that I'm focused on. And honestly, during my break, on my sit down, like I'll be, you know, kind of regurgitating a lot of the things that came to me, because Orumila actually sat me down. And shout out to Great Blackness, because he put up Papa Legba came to me and led me to Orumila. I held that for a reason, because he said his energy is very laid back. That's facts. And I feel like some people that I know personally have heard, from Orumila, or have had experiences with Orumila actually visiting them, or, communicating with them. So, and I know that to be true, because he's communicated with me before. So it's like, and it's very powerful and serene at the same time. What Great Blackness is saying, his energy is very laid back. That's real. And it's like, because like, if you really, depending on your knowledge and how long you've been studying, or how far you went with your study, you'll know that Orumila is extremely patient, and so is Obatala, but they're both extremely patient. And the reason why Orumila is so patient, because he already knows. Like, he knows everything. He knows the answer to any and everything. And that's why Ifa and like the Babalawos and Iyanifas are considered to be the highest form of oracle that communicates with, the deity when it comes to this particular spiritual practice, because Orumila, what they say, witness of fate, second to only Oludumare, thou, like, he is infinite with wisdom, like perfect in the house of knowledge. Like, who is that? You know what I'm saying? And then I got a piece that I had received from the Stone Factory, and that piece right here is got Tahuti.
Hey,
like that to me is the Kemetic counterpart to Orumila.
Yeah.
So it's like, you ain't out wisdoming neither one of them deities. Like, I just don't see that happening. And when you consult with those deities, you're going to get any and everything that you're supposed to get, and then some more. Depending on who your oracle is or who your messenger is that delivers that message. But it's very powerful, man. But I say all that to say that in them sitting me down, one of the things that I had to get as far as being obedient is to be more engaged with community. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, damn, I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm pretty engaged, but it wasn't the right type of engagement. So I say all that to say, like, we got to really tap in and like take the educational aspect for those who are in this particular system, or any African, or let's just say melanated based fundamental, origin spiritual system. We have to like learn the fundamentals, man. Like, learn like the basic fundamentals, the prerequisites. You know what I mean? Like, when you go to college, you got to take a certain set of prereqs before you get into your major. Well, that's where, if you're a human being, no matter what your spiritual system is, you definitely want to work on these prereqs so we can start to work on the major, because the major is going to get you to where you're supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, regardless of what system, because when you have the GPS of an oracle, and that oracle, you're able to get a pure untapped line, kind of like the Matrix. Remember that there's a lot of phones around in the Matrix, but they had to get that pure line that went back to, I forgot what they called the shit. Was it the Nebuchadnezzar? I think it was a Nebuchadnezzar. So if you don't have that line going directly to, Nebuchadnezzar in the Matrix, or Ifa, Orumila, Kemetic, Tahuti, whatever your oracle is, if you don't have that pure line, that pure untapped, unclouded, unconvoluted, line, you're not going to get the real message from the divine. But when you have that, then that's a game changer, because now you really are activating that being the one, the Neo, back and forth, as above, so below, as within, so without. But when you look at Neo, you're looking at the one, pointing in one direction, but when you go in the other direction, you're looking at Neo. So you're still looking at both ends of the polarity. You know what I mean? So
Neo
that's
what? Neo in the mirror is what?
One.
But it's also you. You're in the mirror.
Yeah, you are the one.
But
just like the Eye of Heru.
They're gonna run this one back a couple times. They need to run this one back a couple times, because I know we got that Geechee and we talk fast. You just said a lot. And going back to the school thing, the sad part about this, it was supposed to be taught in elementary school. This is elementary. What we talk about is elementary. It really is. Case in point, like I was just telling you about that whole, the military is using the crystal technology. This is in the grocery stores. The first, when you're scanning your item, you see that red thing, that's a ruby. When you're looking at computers, quartz, cell phone, quartz, cobalt, like just your everyday, you might not even know how to use it. So you don't know nothing about how a cell phone works, but you know how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
It's quartz. It's quartz. This produces energy. I got running the show on my page now with Women Make Heaven, and that's all we're talking about, is how we can produce our own energy and everything else, and we not worried about anything else, because there's no such thing as death. We know at this point in time that we die, we just keep coming back over. Okun taught us that. Taught us that. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, big shout out to Papa Label. Shut up, big guy. Now I'm gonna be 100% with you. This is how you know who you're supposed to work with. Even though other people can tell you, but you'll know it because when you start doing, like we always talk about plant medicine, like I said, I was trying to use all these spiritual tools to go communicate with my mom. So I used to start doing shrooms and DMT, and we're doing it with intention because everything is based on intention.
That's facts. Yeah.
Everything. We're at the water on a full moon at 11:11, where the water meets the land, and we're looking up, and I'm seeing these things in the universe. I'm seeing them. The first time I did shrooms, I'm seeing these masks in the sky, and I didn't know this was way before. Like you know me from the Bronze Kingdom. When I did the shrooms, when I saw those masks inside, this was way before the Bronze. I was still trying to figure my life out, but I saw these masks in the sky. They're spirit guides. So you have to hear and obey. They're going to guide you to the right way. If they say, listen, if they tell you to do something, they say, I can't explain it. It's going to sound crazy, man, but they tell you to do something, do it. So, man, yeah, man.
That sounds right to me. So I like sounding crazy. I do sound, look, I sound crazy to those who are, I feel like, spiritually may be suffering from a form of lazy because yeah, I sound crazy, and I'm cool with that. Shout out to the people that left comments on the channel. I forgot which episode it was, but they're like, y'all sound crazy as F. And I just laughed. I'm like, yeah, and I'm cool with that. I'm at peace with that because
that goes back to this should have been taught in elementary school, and this by us teaching homeschool things now. When you're teaching your kids science, the first thing we should be teaching is the science of technology of gemstones. That's not even just black conscious people from back in the 90s when you didn't have the internet and everything else, where you would try to shun the poor righteous teachers, right? The ones that were whatever you wanted to call them at that time, they were saying the same shit. You got somebody in Tampa right now on the corner trying to sell you some crystals right now as we speak. You know what I'm saying? This has been going around for thousands and thousands of years. This is just nothing new. Technology, you don't see that near statue where they don't have a necklace and either red coral on or some kind of organic stone technology. So now you got a cell phone. If you don't know this information now, if you choose to be stupid now, that's your choice.
Yeah.
You have a cell phone, you can look anything up.
The other thing too, why you do that? The other thing about sounding crazy is like that's dope. I love that. That's a dope chart. That's real dope. That thing got everything, boy. Like you got my crystal Bible laid out in the poster.
The same way we used to have those Michael Jordan cards.
Mm-hmm.
We say we love. Love is a very, very powerful word. We don't understand that, but when we say we love something, we love Jordan. We got all his basketball cards. We know all his stats. Michael Jordan don't know his stats. We got all his shoot. We love it. We study it. But you say you love freedom. Are you studying freedom? You say you love economics. Are you studying economics? You say you love yourself. Knowledge of self is the biggest thing. Like once you understand what you are and love yourself and know what you need, a lot of this stuff comes. It's just like you got to study it. So that's the highest grade of love is to study something. Study yourself. If you say you love yourself, the biggest thing, like I know all the elders are saying they ran it like cliche, but knowledge of self. I know what stone I need because I know who I am. I know that I'm an Aries. I need to calm down. Maybe I need some blue stones. I don't need fire stones. I don't need a Herkimer diamond. A Herkimer diamond for an Aries. And like I said, the zodiac is still kind of switched out because some stones really don't belong to us because they play with the calendar a lot.
Oh yeah.
But in prototypes, you're still the prototype that whatever they try to switch it, you're still the program that you were programmed from the universe cosmic structure.
Facts.
Now, I haven't, like you said, school, right? I don't see all the Orishas. You don't see all the Orishas all the time. You see whatever Orisha that you know because knowledge of self, subconsciously, you know what you need to work on because the Orishas ain't nothing but your chakras. You ain't nothing that you got to go away to Africa, go get initiated and kill 50 chickens to fight. No, you can kill 50 chickens and still never see Ogun.
Well, because you have to make the sacrifice of self. I think that's where a lot of people in or out of the tradition are not really, you know what I mean, like really paying attention to. Like you were saying, like love is something you should study, it's something you should, read and research and, tap into. But I also feel like love is something you spend time with, right? So I love to spend time reading. I've been that way since I literally in school as a child, I would read more than my teachers would in elementary because, at school, they used to have a student read and then the teacher would pass it to the next person to read like a page or two. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of like hot potato. Bro, I would read until she told me to stop because I love doing it, whether I'm doing it by myself or with other people in front of whatever, because that's how much I love, to read. But when you're reading, you're absorbing. It's a sponge. You know what I'm saying? Like you're taking in. And so when you take in, at some point, you got to put out. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't take in, because you'll explode. You know what I'm saying? You'll implode, I should say, because you got too much in you. And then just like, something that got to explode, you know what I'm saying? It's just got to exit. I got to poof like that. But I feel like with those who really like want to get to the next level or to be or to manifest or create whatever that experience is, you're going to put in the work to make it do what it do because you're drawn to it and it's drawn to you. So then you become that, you know what I'm saying? Like that Siamese twin. Like it's almost inseparable because it's like you ever put two magnets together and they like you feel the energy like how they coming together. They, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is when you truly love anything. Like whatever that love is for whatever that is you do, if you love it like that, you're gonna have that kind of energy. You know what I mean? Like
I'm gonna take it one further than that. That's one aspect, and then love is like one of the things that keep on keeping on. You see what I'm saying? Crystals, people don't understand a crystal is always growing too. It's not a this is like moving 1,000 miles per minute. Like more than that, I don't know that. Like I said, we need to learn this in elementary school. Science. This is moving in my hand right now. You can produce light. I can communicate. I can program information with this. Right. Now, the love aspect is, let's take it one further. Now, I have knowledge of myself and I love myself. Do you love everybody in your house?
Yeah.
Okay, you have a Wi-Fi breaker. That Wi-Fi breaker might not affect you the way it affects your wife. Cell phone might not affect you the way it affects your wife. I'm telling you, look up the rates of fibroid tumors, and cancer in our Black women. Bro, they're messing us up every chance. Like, think about it. It's a war that's going on right now through these Black obsidian screens. And the war is division and making sure we're not reproducing or whatever, right?
Right.
Got gender wars that's been going on forever. We didn't start them. People ain't even realizing the way you win a war is by throwing a monkey wrench in there and letting them fight it out. And then we kill the one who, but you ain't got to do that when you cut the bloodline off. If we stop Black men and Black women from unifying, you already cut the bloodline off. You know what I'm saying? About it being the matriarch. So I ain't gonna go too far into that. We in the matriarch season, age of Aquarius. They say we in the age of matriarch for sure. Black August. Somebody put some shungite. How about this? Put some shungite on your Wi-Fi breaker. Put some shungite in the shower heads and your tub, so it's cleansing all that toxic shit that they putting in the water. So you know what I'm saying? Because our women are sensitive. They might not act like it, but our women are sensitive to a lot of different things. The things that are not natural to them will cause reactions.
Yeah. I mean,
you see what I'm saying? So
our whole experience is like that, though. I mean, right now, because everything, especially in this part of where we at, in the West, is like everything is set up specifically for that. And it's funny when we were talking about the crystals, like this one has been on the set from day one, like literally from day one. This one been sitting here chilling. I didn't realize it looks invisible on the shelf, but it been there like from day, like every day, all day it's there. But what I was thinking when I was holding it, how the little trend with the young brothers like holding the stacks and the bricks of money to their ear. I'm like, look. I ain't really rocking with that one, but if you want to hold some big crystals to your ear, boy, if you want to hold, you want to do like that right here, I'm with that. Because listen, this is how I meditate, like straight up. I take one and put it on each side, bro, on each side, and I meditate right between them. You let that Ori get all the way, turn all the way up.
Yo, can you
all the way up, huh?
Can you holler at Brother Wale? Can you read that one out? Because he went crazy. This is stuff he should have been learning in elementary, high school, at least. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He said piezoelectricity is the electric charge that accumulates in a certain solid materials, such as crystals, ceramics, and biological matter, such as bone. That's facts.
So and remember you said that it's gonna come back later on when you start looking at your pieces, right?
Yes, sir.
Because this is ancient technology.
Yes, sir.
This is ancient technology. This is ancient. This is some shit we making up. North, south, east, west. See, the thing was, if they divide us, we lose out on libraries. If they say, yo, I didn't say I was African at that time, but I love the story of what's going on in Monroe. I love the story on what happened in ancient Timbuktu and the Mali and Mensa Abukari II. Why can't I love that story? You want me to know the story of all these Greeks and everything else? Y'all in college learning the Greek shit. Y'all real quick for that Boule shit. But when it comes to, I can't learn about Ogun because Ogun was the first Superman. So
listen,
Superman, read that book, Superman to Man. Before there was a Superman, them people got Superman off of Ogun.
And that's a Patreon call too. Like for real, we need definitely that. As a matter of fact, we could talk off there, but we could do that expeditiously, either tomorrow or Tuesday, the private Patreon call, because those are conversations, like I said, that we need to have, and that's why I said Spirit was telling me that I had to be more engaged with community. And so and it's funny because we went on a whole marathon with that one point I was trying to make, but it was some dope knowledge being shared. But that's where it was like, to be engaged is like to be engaged in private atmospheres, you know what I'm saying? Like where we could build and chop it up without having to, you know, be concerned about censorship and all the other foolishness. But with that being said, bro, that's deep, because not only was Ogun like considered to be the first Superman, but if you know the deep depths of the Ifa, you know, origin story, Ogun is the deity who made the chain for Obatala to descend down to the planet Earth. And then when you talk about that chain, like I said, I'm gonna have to probably put the link in the description of this stream, because me and Baba Kerde broke that down real deep, because that chain, when you talk about from like a biological perspective, that chain is the double helix, the DNA genetic, you know what I'm saying, helical chain. So it's like
the DNA. Think about what you're saying.
Yeah.
Ogun is the one that built the DNA strand.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I'm saying. DNA strands, and we study over here talking about some. Oh, I'm just from here, but you got all these DNAs that were strategically. This science now. This is some shit they should have been teaching us in school.
Listen.
The different shit that we just saying on some pseudoscience. This is science. Look into DNA. We always talk about DNA, and I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. None of that.
Right.
But on the bare minimum basics, when you understand DNA, this is intelligently put together, and some aspects of your DNA has been intelligently put to sleep.
Yeah. And check this out. Now, I'm not a doctor either. And after I say this, look, I'm gonna read this disclaimer so I don't have no more issues with them people. But but just to keep it a buck, I'm not a doctor either. But for those, I'm sure we got some people on the line with the medical, you know, who's in the medical field. But if I'm not mistaken, I don't think you're gonna be too healthy if your body doesn't have any iron in it. Correct? I'm not sure, but I'm just saying, like, Ogun really is the god of iron. So when you talk about iron, like without even in our blood, within the stream of our blood now, that if you have an iron deficiency, I think that's going to be some serious problems. Like I said, I'm not a doctor and don't claim to be. As a matter of fact, let me throw the disclaimer so we can finish talking about what we're talking about in peace. So this video is for informational and educational purposes only. All opinions are expressed solely for the presenters and not to reflect the views of any affiliated organizations, and this content does not promote, encourage, endorse any illegal, harmful, or dangerous activities. All information is provided in compliance with all community guidelines, and so we're making sure that we're letting you know for this is just for entertainment purposes, and the core is to make sure that we avoid all misinformation, hate speech, harassment, or any type of prohibited material. So with that, let's finish the conversation.
No, bro.
Yes, sir.
We be putting in work. We've been putting in work. Like we've been putting in numbers, and it's already hard enough that we like. If anybody says anything, like we from Florida, bro, we from the Gulf Coast. We out here really from some grassroots thing, and we out here in the community. We outside. We not in our own little bubble. We out here touching whoever going, you know what I'm saying? Whoever rock with us, we rock with them. So they will try to shut us down. We was like doing like 30,000, and they shut us down, and I be hating that because I just feel like we could go so much further. It's important.
But this is the thing though, bro, because I want to make sure I'm clear with this. I don't give anything to anybody any type of like even perceived or perceptionalized control over anything about me, or you know what I'm saying, any aspect of me. So that was just it was just a clash of the titans, bro. You know, so that's how I look at it, and we're gonna keep doing what we do because this is from the creator. No man stops or separates what the creator creates, and that's real. I put that on everything. So we ain't even going, I ain't gonna give it no energy, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm giving it energy, but I will shine some light on some shit. Hold on, let me shine some light on you real quick. Hold on, we're gonna shine some light. The light is this is why the Patreon's important.
Yes, sir. Well, that's why I said we're gonna take it to Patreon for sure.
A couple dollars a month, because now when we go over there, then we're gonna start talking about rituals and everything else. We don't sound too crazy because now we got people that really understand that we can do I can do anything with this, and this is one of them. We can do anything. You see what I'm saying?
And it's a free tier too, tribe. So you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna have the free tier that's gonna be there for life. It's never going away. I'm gonna add more tiers because I'm adding a lot more value. But there's a free one too. But y'all get whatever one y'all want. But y'all,
do that. Support. That's what support is. Like I can't even, the free thing is cool. You do it on YouTube, and I do it a lot, man. It's a lot of energy that goes into this to try to keep it authentic, to try to keep it integrity. Shout out Malcolm Jamal Warner. Shout out all these people that integrity ain't got no scandal to their name. Black men and them. Shout out Black August. No, man, this is a lot that goes into it and trying to be intelligent and because today's information not be tomorrow's information, it might be outdated information. I strive all the time not to be stuck in outdated information.
Yeah.
So,
No, that's real.
back to
And huh? No,
no,
I was saying, I look at it like too, like the energy, you know, energy is never created nor destroyed. It always is, always was, and always will be. So that's how I look at, you know what I'm saying, what we're doing. But in the Patreon though, we are gonna add a lot more to it because like I said, it's we can do it unapologetically without worrying about any constraints. So shout out to Goddess Shy Lotus for Yayo Botanical. That's what I was talking about. Yeah. She's heavy about talking about all the different, you know what I'm saying, faith systems that she, you know, she's received her initiations or her, you know, her I would say accomplishments and or what have you. So like I look at it like, and who is anybody to judge anybody for, you know what I'm saying, what they do? Like that's none of my business. Who you pray to, who you sleep with, that ain't none of my business. If you show me love and respect, I'm showing you love and respect, and let's keep it pushing. That's what it is.
You just said, how can I judge you about your spiritual system when I don't know what kind of demon you had to fight? First of all, did you have to sit? You don't know what kind of demons these people be fighting, bro. You gotta get out this crazy shit. It's a lot of crazy shit going on. A lot of people don't even be real people. A lot of these people be tests. They tell you that in the Quran. They call them the logs. Some of them just logs that were meant to burn in the hellfire. We call it non-playable characters. You can call it with everything that is designed to distract you from your higher self. There's there's nothing else. I'm a figment of your imagination. You're a figment of my. All of this is a figment of imagination because we're just here for an experience, and the experience is make you. I'm telling you, like you said, that DNA strand. You're not trying to climb down this motherfucker. You're trying to climb up to your higher self, your future self. So
yeah. Even like the chakras though, because you said that with the chakras. So like with the chakras, you know, Shango, I believe, is considered to be the root chakra. But you take, let's just say we started the root chakra, you want to use that Kundalini energy, that heliacal rising, to go all the way up through the crown chakra. So when you get to that crown chakra, now you're working with that Obatala, you know what I'm saying, Rumila energy.
I'm about to say, first off, they say the root chakra, right?
Yes,
but just like the ruby, Shango is royalty, right? The king of the gemstones.
Yeah.
Right? So
king of the drums, gemstones, royalty, wealth, like
you can't just say it's the root chakra because don't you see all the kings and queens have it on their crown chakra? You think they don't know?
I'm talking about when because remember you referenced, you said earlier you was like every Orisha is like a chakra. So that's what I'm saying. And when you talk about the chakras, you starting at the root chakra. That chakra is attributed to Shango, and not to mention Shango is heavily affiliated with the ancestors in the Egungun too. If you really know the, you know what I'm saying, like the deep history of Shango get down with the ancestors as well.
Yeah, root, heart, crown. Root, heart, crown, because it's shared. It's not like it's only shared by one, because the Legba is root chakra too. You see what I'm saying? But I would say Shango root, heart, crown, because just like a ruby can be your root chakra energy. Hold on. Or when we say root chakra, like the serpent, the Kundalini energy.
What kind of crystal is that?
Rubies. We just said it.
That's a ruby?
Yeah, so corundum. So what you do when you get corundum?
That's dope. I like that. Is that a python?
Yeah, yes, a serpent.
I like that.
We're in year 9. We're in the year Oya.
Yeah.
So I'll say this: ruby is a corundum. They've been lying to us about minerals in general. You see what I'm saying? So that's when they tell you about the jewelers and everything else hustling you. They'll tell you a ruby is one thing, and they're selling you glass. A ruby, a piece of corundum, you can get from North Carolina. You get from all these different places, and they're great to carve. So you can carve anything. You still get the energy out of ruby, and you have to do your research on it, but you can get the energy out of it. Now, ruby is for your root chakra. So, energy, vitality, all sorts of stuff, but it also goes to your heart chakra too. Passion, creativity, Shango energy, Leo energy, sun energy. But it also goes to your crown chakra, which also goes to the sun energy. So you keep ruby on you to protect you from your enemies. You keep ruby on you to make sure you're victorious in your missions and everything you strive for. Shango energy would be a ruby. Most war entities or strategic entities is a ruby. So yeah, ruby. These are you can see it right there. Hold on, if I get the light on it right. So you can tell the ruby because that little glisten on there. That's how you can tell the corundum. Now, of course, I carved it into a serpent because I'm all
like that, bro. I might have to get with you about one of them, like for real.
Like, because I'm a mushroom head. But see, these regular rubies either. These rubies start sapphire.
But that way out, though, I'm gonna have to get with you about that way out one, boy. That thing, that tough.
we carved the bro. People they don't understand what we were doing. We were carving ancestors into the stones.
That's tough.
Ancestors carved us into the stones to the future. We're doing what we're supposed to do. That's why I me with Sambo, and I do it with rubies because ruby, sapphire, they're level 9 stones. My bad, level 9 stones. The universal black god.
That look like the old Mechian head. See, we didn't even get into the pieces, man. We got to jump back into the pieces.
That's the first thing I did, so I kept on getting better and better. But what I'm doing is the same thing our ancestors did. If you understand the power of the mask, that's why the ancestors used to wear masks in ceremony. Or the power of the stone. This isn't something we're creating or making up. We're just following that damn protocol, like Ogun already laid it up. Now, once you start tapping into it, no matter what you're going through, because can't nobody judge you for what you're going through. Whatever you're going through, you have knowledge of yourself to know what you're going through. Now you can do the research, or you can go do the experience, or you can do both. There's nothing wrong with doing both. So just like you have that juju bag in your pocket, it might have been useful for that time. Look, I always got me some High John the Conqueror on me. I'm always having some low tone on me. You see what I'm saying? So now, but also realize in the spiritual aspect, there's spiritual, I would say, laws. Laws of physics, just like they say, laws of nature and everything else. Like there's certain stones you don't mix with each other because they'll cancel each other out. There's rules to it too. Now in those rules, how do you know the rules? By watching Gospel of Barnabas. Blessed is he who learn how to walk by watching somebody else fall. You learn from mistakes. Solomon can tell you about the gemstones. Solomon was a gemstone master. That's why he controlled jinns with his tiger eye ring. I didn't say that. That's what the book said. All the Bible that talks about stones, but we overlook it because you don't really read the Bible. You're not really reading the Torah. You're not really reading the Quran. The whole Islamic thing is to praying towards a meteorite, a tektite.
I got a little tiger stone with me too, tiger eye too. You know, it's funny because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was either quartz or actually I think it was both. But the first crystal chains I ever got, like necklaces I ever bought, was, matter of fact, from the same spot. Like there's a spot down here, man. It's a plug, boy. I'm talking about they get these things by the pallet, bro. I'm talking about crates.
Well, Temple got it's called the
I'm talking about Oldsmar. I'm talking about the you ever been to that crystals warehouse over there in Oldsmar?
What's the name of it? They got an old school.
I can't remember, but all I know is, bro, they get them things by the crate, bro. They moving weight like big meats, boy. Like they doing.
That niggas are slow. You see what I'm saying? Black people missing out because they're the only ones arguing about they don't. Oh, them crystals is evil. Oh, the crystals this. These people getting rich off your land. These people are taking your land and sending some of you back tumblestones. They say you're a tumblestone for $20. Meanwhile, they had the Tucson Gym Show. These people, bro. They had the Tucson Gym Show selling stuff for thousands of dollars. They sold one piece of azurite. For it was some kind of car. I'm not really a car guy, but one piece of azurite for a car. The funny thing about it is, and I don't know nobody's spiritual system, so I can't say that black people don't have spirit. But clearly they know something because azurite is one of the most spiritual stones. Now they take these stones and they put it on their shelf because they'll look at these azurites and they be like, yo, it's just azurite. It's a beautiful stone. You can't even carve azurite with a machine. Like you would have to have somebody that really carves it. So this is azurite quetzalcoatl. Azurite, when you're on plant medicine, it shoots you straight to the ethers. It sends you straight to where whoever you're trying to talk to, program your mind, communicate, figure out what they like, get those things that they like, set it around, protect your area, like doors or things like that. But you gotta have stones and things and fruits and vegetables and whatever else that they like. If you're gonna go see Papa Legba, copper is a mineral. They pennies, but he probably looking at y'all like crazy now because most of them pennies ain't copper.
Listen,
he asked you for some pennies and some popcorn, to be honest with you.
Listen,
but azurite, one of the most for this channel and people being high vibrational, look into azurite.
Bro, I got one right here. I didn't even know mine ain't as polished, you know what I'm saying, like yours. But I was wondering what this damn stone was. But I know, like I said, everything that I bought, I intentionally I went through and like research. There's a reason for me buying every single stone I have. But like I said, I don't ride that bicycle every day, so it's like, you know, it's a lot of rust, you know what I'm saying, in my chain when it comes to my crystals. But I know I keep them all back.
This is all of it's gonna come so natural because I'm giving you the game. I'm about to get it. I'm giving you the game. It's not, you know what I'm saying. As far as you're doing spiritual work, you're reading people. So of course you want something to help your third eye, because if you're reading, you need to be able to read real good, right?
Well, oh yeah. Well, you told me this one right here. You said when it comes to divination, right, and consultations, you like this one now. Let's get into the stones, because I got quite a few pieces over here, man, that we can continue the conversation, but at the same time promote the brand. You know what I mean? So this one was, I know, of course, the Ankh, and then what was all that? I know it had what, malachite, and what else did it have in it?
All right, so the centerpiece is green onyx, aventurine jade. You got malachite on it, but they can't see that. But and that's also up to you how far you want to talk about your piece, because each piece is customized for that person, even if you don't know it's customized for you. You see what I'm saying? You got to realize the stones are gonna be here way before us, came way before us, gonna be way after us.
Well, and the cool part about it, bro, that's just like blood lineages, or you know what I'm saying? Because like every child, every person that was born, it was meant to be born by those parents. You chose your parent, you know, whether you remember it or not. But in the spiritual realm, we chose our parents. Our children chose us. You know what I'm saying? Like so everything was meant to be. Just so when you get a crystal, that crystal was specifically for you. You know what I mean? Just like when you get a parent, that parent was specifically for you. When you get a child, that child was specifically for you. When you get a wife, that wife was
alive and very intelligent. People don't understand that. I'm gonna say it on your channel. I don't usually say this out loud because people are like, "What the hell did the nigga do?" Listen, stones will talk to you. They will talk to you in your dreams. You'll have dreams. If you hear, you obey. If you having a dream about lapis lazuli, this is a very spiritual stone. You might need to go get you some lapis lazuli. If you're having a dream about moldavite is calling you, and it calls you kind of like in that game Jumanji. Boom, 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 boom. And it's telling you to do something. Go here, go there, get out the house, go do this, and you'll do it with that moldavite, and it'll lead you into a whole situation. I got so many stories about that, but moldavite is very, very powerful with it. Ruby protects you. Ruby calls, like, if as a man, if I wear ruby around other men, of course you're gonna draw a lot of hate, but that's also the king energy. I also get the protection of the sun and the energy from the sun, because ruby's actually a sunstone. What's the best to?
Yeah, I left that for a minute. I wanted you to, tap in if you want to tap in with him.
So like I said, nobody knows nobody's situation. You said, what's the best stone for crystal for protection? Now, protection from what? That's the main thing, because are we talking about protection from just everyday shit that just be in this 3D dimension? Get you some obsidian. So obsidian is great for spiritual protection, but it also in the 3D realm keeps shit away from you too. Black tourmaline most definitely will keep dumb shit away from you. If you ever having a bad day at work, the next day try to bring some black tourmaline on your neck or something like that. Everybody's energy will change. Yeah. I don't do it no more because I don't even have to. But you can manipulate. You can like Neo press the thing and the universe ripple. It's all illusion. They have their job. Their job is to distract you, get on your nerves. They're to push your buttons to make sure you don't elevate. It's all a test. Why does everybody keep going through the same thing over and over again? It's a game. It's a simulation. Yeah. So now, what kind of protection? Electromagnetic frequency protection, because we don't talk about magnetism enough. We don't talk about magnetism enough, and all the frequencies around us that may cause cancer, may not cause cancer. All these different things that's going on around us. Is the poles changing. So if you're talking about
shout out to Dr. Blair, man, Dr. Blair from the Meta Center, because he was the first one that I ever remember talking about like the magnetisms and the need for protection with that EMF protection you're talking about. He was the very first one that I ever heard talk about that. And they got them diodes too. Like he makes diodes that literally, you know what I'm saying, like block all of the negative, magnetic, radioactive, you know what I'm saying, toxic waves of frequency that, you know what I mean, that we're being inundated by, that we're being attacked by on a daily basis. So Dr. Blair was like the first one that I ever heard talk about having EMF protection. I had never heard nobody else talk about. I don't know if I heard anybody else really outside of him talk about it after him, but I never heard nobody talk about EMF protection before Dr. Blair. And like I said, they got the diodes that you can put on your phone. You can put it on earpieces. You can get a big ass diode that's like a mattress cover to put on your bed, to do that.
They talk about it and they keep us out the game. The name of the game is to keep us, even with these conscious channels, people be talking about something they conscious, and then they out here trying to tell you who Cardi B messing with, who this person messing with, but they conscious channels. But there's a lot of people that's in the way because they're gatekeepers. They're there to make sure you don't know these different things. So we're gonna have these same old conversations over and over and over again to keep you distracted. But yeah, it's a war against our people, bro. And Black August says, okay, if we're on our Ogun shit, are you really on your Ogun shit? Are you really on your Shango shit? Shango is a strategic leader. You can't be a leader. You can't say you love people if you don't love those people that follow you or those people that listen to you. They following you on YouTube. They following you on Instagram. They follow you. You simply listen to what you got to say. So if you're telling people, you see what I'm saying, be in your strategic energy. How can I keep these people alive longer? How can I help these people succeed since they want to see me succeed? They sending love at me. How can I send the love back? Right. So it's like what he said, what stones are best for protection? All black stones. Look into all black stones. Black tektite is a space obsidian, a cosmic obsidian. Some people might argue up and down that space ain't real, but they still can't explain where these tektites come from.
These obsidians ain't no joke either, because when you was talking about, like, I remember, like, this was one of my main ones in my medicine bag, and mine, bro, and who I got this from, oh my God. Shout out to King Yahuhu up there, I think in South Carolina with Orion's Oracle. Because, man, when I tell you I have never met a force before or after that was a force, like, that's the only, I've never encountered a being that I identified as a force. But when I tell you King Yahuhu up there at Orion's Oracle is a force, bro, like, when I open the door to his store, and I don't exaggerate, and huh?
King Karu?
Yes. Yeah. Up there in was it South Carolina, right?
Yeah,
the Orion's Oracle.
He most definitely he the chief of the Carolinas on that aspect.
Bruh,
yeah.
Okay, that's where this came from. So every time I'm on here, like, man, listen, bro. When I opened the door to his store, I promise you, it felt like I walked into a tropical storm. I ain't bullshitting, bro. It felt like wind gusts of about 60 to 65 miles an hour. You know, we know these winds down here. We know these winds, bro. We know these winds. Like, I done been moving in these winds. I know how these winds blow. Bro, when I opened the door, it was like, woo. Like, bro, when he walked out of the back of the store, bro, was like he was walking on water, bro. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And he had all kind of people lined up. Like, it was like Jesus just walked in the room. I have never seen or experienced anything like that before in my life, bro. It was crazy. It was
Everybody
crazy, bro.
There's a lot of people activated. There's a lot of, when you're talking about spiritual systems, Age of Aquarius, this is something, the fad and everything else. We can't be like, oh man, now everybody doing it for the fad. That's what we want them to do. Jump, come on in. Now, when you come in, sit down and let you teach you how to do it the right way so you don't blow your head off. Because you can, these are just tools. These are spiritual tools. Now, and I keep going back to the brother's question about the most powerful spiritual protection. It depends on what you need protection from. Me personally, I put ruby on me. I'm gonna keep a ruby on me. I'm gonna keep turquoise on me. Turquoise is good for travelers. Turquoise is good because the ancestors watch over me. Tiger eye is good for the traveler. Keep tiger eye in your car. You ain't got to worry about tiger eye in your car and a top hat in your car, and spray your car up with some rum once every Tuesday. You good. You like people try to shoot your car up and everything. You'll survive. You see what I'm saying? And shout out Bobby Hemmett, Black August. You see what I'm saying? Shout out Bobby Hemmett. Shout out Dr. Deborah Blair. Yeah, man, the stones, every single stone, if you know what to do with it, is just a tool. That's like any other tool. If you don't know what to do with the tool, then yeah, if you don't know how to use a power saw, don't just pick up the power saw.
No.
Every tool. So let's do the bare minimum basics. Let's do some reading first and figure out how to use this power tool. We can't say, oh, well, how we don't who we gonna read, who we gonna believe? We can't believe what's written in the book. You're absolutely right. Except for these people, like I say, they keep us out the loop. They're copying the tablets that your ancestors did write down on tablet, on stone. And there's so many of these goddess temples all throughout Mesoamerica. These serpent temples are goddess temples. The Olmec temples are temples made of basalt, black basalt, and black granite. And I just said this the other night. Black granite is 75% to 85% quartz.
Yes.
You see,
a lot of the temples in Kemet was made with too, if I'm not mistaken.
I was just about to go there. I was just saying, look, your house, we got a lot of stuff going on right here. You just said you when you said earlier about the influence, whatever influence this was, it was a universal order, indigenous future. It was indigenous order that we were all unified, and we were all unified. We had pyramids all around us, and they can't deny it. We had unks all around. The unk is not exclusively to Africa. Me and one of the brothers had a conversation. He said, "Yo," and you might know more about this than me. He said, "Yo, you do know that Nigerians are from Nigeria. Think about it. Take as long as you need."
No. Listen, if whoever was on that live, shout out to I think it was Hannibal that was saying about that was shouting out the live stream last night. It was a brother or sister in the comments. I think it was Hannibal that was like, "Yo, powerful live stream last night. Appreciate you, family." But Professor Copper broke that down, bro. He talked about West Africa. He talked about Nigeria. He talked about how the Kemites migrated. You know what I'm saying? Throughout, you know what I'm saying? Like all that. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's a lot of.
Even from that, they're not even from Kemet.
Mm.
The people that those families that run Nigeria aren't Nigerians to the way you think they're Nigerian. They're from Kemet. They did come from Kemet, but they're not even from Kemet.
Well, the Kemet migration, he was talking about the Dogon tribe
Oh
in
yeah,
Mali.
most definitely.
But I was saying, but he still was talking about the influence of West Africa, and he broke down, you know, saying Nigeria and like how they all play a role. Like we can't just. He pretty much was saying we can't just focus on just Kemet because there's a lot of other aspects and powerful components that we got to factor into the equation. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what he was doing.
Like RBG saying, everything working. When you look in it, when you go into the spirit world, you're gonna see gears. You're gonna see all these clocks and gears and all this, and you're gonna see this entity that look like a Rumula. Like I've never seen a Rumula myself. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I never saw that entity. The entities
Right.
that, especially when I'm on DMT or something like that, my favorite crystals, DMT, is I've seen Thoth. I didn't see a Rumula. I saw Thoth. And in conversation, he don't talk. Dembala doesn't talk, but they can communicate. And when they communicate, we were in the universe, and the universe, like, just imagine being in space, and he pulled the space back, and it was a cosmic black and a ball with all these different things moving inside of it, and he showed it to me. And some things he shows me, he tells me to bring it back. That's how I initially started making my jury or whatever. He was showing me the different symbols that he would send me back to study. That's why you got to hear and obey. If you see these symbols, once you start seeing these symbols, you start realizing, like, it's not something you can make up. It's something that it's a map. So in doing that, you like these maps are telling you, these stones are telling you all sorts of stuff, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You put me on the spot and make me. But no, it's a spirit map. It really is a spirit map. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. No, that's dope. I was bringing this comment to the floor, brother Jay. This is the one that asked, like, what was the best crystal? I believe that's the one that asked, what was the best crystal for protection? So he was like, where's the best place to get crystals that can help you with frustration? And like, what's best for, I guess, protection from frustration is what I'm gathering from that comment. Would a quartz be good?
Quartz max energy. Quartz high energy. I ain't gonna lie, I'm an Aries, man. I used to put the stones in my hair, and I put a Herkimer diamond in there, and it was just, look, I'm glad to be here today. Calm energy. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's why I say if you always notice that I got turquoise on me or some kind of blue stone, I feel like blue stones. I think frustration is in the same bracket of anxious or like sometimes I need to be calm. I guess I could be frustrated or aggravated or anxious or whatever. And in doing so, turquoise, like I say, turquoise is amazing for any copper-based stone. Turquoise, lapis lazuli, because it kind of puts you on a godly vibe to where you acknowledging what's going on around you so you don't get frustrated. If you know that it's a game, how you get mad at the game? If you know that everything's around you is fake as shit, and you know that this person's really a djinn, and this person's really a succubus, and this person right here is a non-playable character, and then because come on now, you really think everybody around you is real? You think everybody around you is really for you? You think everybody? So
I think some people might, though. I think some people might, because you gotta think now. What you just said some high level stuff, right? That was some high level shit. So it's like everybody ain't operating on that frequency, bro. So some people do probably think that way. And I'm gonna tell you another thing that I feel like plays into that is those who might think that way, but I guarantee you those same people have intuitive thoughts, intuitive hunches, telepathic text, you know what I'm saying, that's coming through where they know and they feel what's right and true, but they're still going along with, you know what I'm saying, the program. You know what I mean? So it's like now you got to tap into that or read that God self. Now you got to become Neo and the one, looking at the one in the mirror, knowing that the one is looking back at the one is Neo. You got to really put all that together in order to, you know what I'm saying, be able to really master the matrix.
And understand, like I just did a show with Rebel Divine. Shout out Rebel Divine. We did a show about emotional intelligence.
Yes, sir.
Frustration. Sometimes we don't even know that's an emotion, but as guys, as whatever, we really have to master the art of not giving a fuck. We got to master the art of not being controlled by our emotions. You see what I'm saying? So turquoise, most definitely. I'm always with some kind of turquoise to keep me calm. You know what I'm saying? Aquamarine keeps me calm. Turquoise keeps me calm. I wouldn't recommend no quartz or anything like that because it magnifies energy. I would think the best one, red jasper, keeps you grounded. Red jasper, red jasper. That might be a good one for you. It depends on a lot of different things. It also depends on it depends on your zodiac and all sorts of stuff too, because some zodiac signs can't have certain stones. Using crystals and oh wow. While they set some fire.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's deep. So I tell you what, let's get into a couple of these pieces because we still got a lot of work to get done, and we traveling, man. Like we traveling, like astral projecting. We all over.
Like I said, some people just buy pieces because they look good. Look, like Malachi
Is your energy not still drawn to it though? Even if let's just say subconsciously, like you don't know why, but you see it. Let's just say, for example, I don't know. I like this stone. What you call this? Because look, okay.
Can you come closer to the camera? Now I'm be honest with you. Can you see straight through that stone?
Not really, but it's got like an iridescence to it though. But you can't see straight through.
That's opalite. So if you hold it to the light, Now you see a kind of a yellow aura, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's opalite. Now it has real minerals in it, but it's a man-made stone. Because man always want to do what God did. So you ever seen an opal?
I don't know. Let me see.
An opal, like when you go to Ethiopia, I'm telling you, you got to get some Ethiopian opals. You can't really see it.
Yeah, I can. I like that.
Man, I gotta get that. This is the light show right now.
I don't know. Mine's the light. Is that the one?
Get you an opal, bro. Like that's a man-made stone. Ethiopian opal or Australian opal, Boulder opal, but the best opals right now are black opals.
I'm not surprised by that.
Man, look, Uncut Gems. The whole movie Uncut Gems. We said it before. The movie Uncut Gems was about opals.
I don't know. I don't think I saw that.
The more flash, you can't really see it in this one, but the more flash, the more expensive it is.
Gotcha.
And now, what colors are you seeing? Red, black, and yellow. I'm talking about real opals, not that one. That was a man.
Got you. Well, I tell you what. Like what I was getting to is like every stone I feel like that a person buys or that they get, like it was drawn. You were drawn to that. It was drawn to you. Like it was meant to be. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't an accident.
Look, it's science. This is why I said they should teach this in school.
Right.
They made that stone, which means they knew what the fuck they were doing. It's science. They took minerals the same way they do goldstone. Have you ever heard of goldstone? They have all that, bro. Goldstone got so much powerful stuff inside of it. People ignore it because it's a man-made stone. Like I didn't like it at first because it's man-made stone, but like I said, I felt something from it. I felt drawn to it. I touch it and I feel this weird energy. Right. So I had to do the research. Why do I feel goldstone? Why am I? It has cobalt in it. Did you know that? They make it. These people want. Listen, they're not only scientists. You already know that they trying to. When they squeeze the life out you, they want it all. They're fighting in the Congo, taking the minerals and everything from the Congo. What do you think they do with the dust? You think we gonna throw the dust away? We done killed all these kids. We done did all this. What we gonna do? You think we're gonna throw the dust away? They can turn the dust into a product. You see what I'm saying? Cobalt is this is what they're fighting for. You think they're fighting for no reason? You think it's not powerful? So they're putting cobalt in this, and you can feel the energy from it. They made their own version of an organite and made it into stone. The same way you can make lab-grown diamonds. Lab-grown diamonds has messed up the whole game for diamonds. And I'm not mad though. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes, let me get to this one, man, because this one, I believe this has let me see. It sucks because my camera ain't all the way like where you can see it, but I know you know the piece though. Now what is it?
It's turquoise jade, cryptocola, and volcano stone. So like I said,
what was the face of?
I did carve that one. See, you can't see the face.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, that's when that I carved the Olmec face into the turquoise. Turquoise is the ancestor stone. Turquoise is the ancestor stone. The one who wears turquoise. So the reason I work with turquoise so much, no matter north, south, east, west, if you're in Africa, Tibet, ancient Mesoamerica, ancient Cherokee, whatever, turquoise is our indigenous stone because it says that the ancestors say that the one who wears turquoise know where they came from and where they're going. Grant them with. So, like, right, all this is spiritual land. So, if you're going through spiritual lands and certain energies see you, or they'll either protect you, grant you a wish. It's good for, or like they in Islam, even in the monotheism religions, they say that Prophet Muhammad loved turquoise because they said the one with turquoise will never have to work for anybody. He could work for himself. He will always be self-sufficient. Like Prophet Muhammad loved turquoise. A lot of these deities, Hathor, she loved turquoise. Turquoise is also telling a secret because turquoise is the stone that this is how they know where King Tut has been, because he had turquoise from the Grand Canyon. Turquoise is one of them stones you got to do your research on. You don't want no fake turquoise. I took that turquoise and carved the Olmec face in it because, like I said, I'm infatuated with our culture. This is what they told you to hate at first, and then after they told you to hate it, they trying to capitalize on it. It's all in these Smithsonians. It's all in these different places. But the ancestors put it there for us to always come back to always remind us who we are. These are our maps, spiritual maps. They activate your DNA. But imagine you go to Mexico and you see those statues of the Olmec women. Like they can lie about these all day and say, "Oh, that's not a black man." But this is made out of ruby. So I'm the first one that ever made an Olmec ruby skull.
I don't think you can really deny that. Like even the one like that you can't deny that that's not a melanoid. You know what I'm saying? Melanated being like person.
Right.
Like even this one, like you can't like how do you deny that?
I'm doing my part. The universe said that the ancestors were putting in the stone. Ain't nobody else doing it. So I stayed in my own lane. I'm gonna carve these stones. I'm gonna put our faces on it. Because they always putting their faces on something, they always putting their image on something. We can put our images on it. Right? Like we always talk about them and they're making a town, they're doing this and that. We don't care what y'all doing. We never have. Y'all be in our business. And make all the towns y'all want, give us our towns back, and let us be artists, let us be scientists, let us be teachers, let us be philosophers, let us be heroes. You know what I'm saying? And we would mind our
bro, we got multiverses though. So the hell with a town. It's
multifaceted. All this bullshit that they talk about King the Conqueror. Who you think they talking about? They talking about the Olmec. I know it sounds crazy. Do your research though. Like, yeah, for that piece right there, you were just showing me turquoise calms, but it also has a spiritual significance, and it goes really deep. Crinsicola is actually a rare stone. When bricks took over, I think in Chile and stuff, they bought up all the Crinsicola and all the rhodochrosite. So those are actually really rare stones. It's not rare like you can't find it. It's a copper-based mineral. It's like malachite's little sister mixed with turquoise. But if it sits long enough, it'll end up becoming azurite. Now the blue azurite, the more expensive. The more stable, the more expensive.
So now, oh yeah, I like that one. That's dope.
This is just the natural form. That's why you can't carve azurite in a machine. A lot of people carve a machine. No, when you see me carve, I'm carving turquoise and azurite. You can't fake that. You gotta like really just make sure you get the detail in it. You see what I'm saying?
Right. So this one got, what does this one got on it?
That's aquamarine and angelite. So that's communication. Any blue stone is communication. Like you're a Gemini, your stone is emerald, but also angelite is one of your stones too. So communication, not communication. Like it's cool for communication for this realm, but this is what we're talking about. We're talking about spiritual aspect of it, right? So now we go sit and talk to your ancestors, or you're sitting at your altar, or you're talking to your ancestors, or you're going to the water, aquamarine, you're going to the water. You can control water entities. Not control. Let me correct myself. We ain't controlling. Look, you go to the water and get surprised now.
Yeah. Olokun be sitting there waiting for your boy. Hey, Imoja.
That's the real thing. Want to bring gifts. Yeah. Bring some gifts. Now that's when I realize how powerful women are, because I'm a fire sign. I'm a fire sign. So when we went to the water, I was out of my element. She wanted to go. We in Florida. She wanted to go during hurricane time. I'm like, I don't think this is the magic.
Smart.
She's like, no, I'm gonna go talk to Olokun myself. We go out there. I drop to my knees. We on plant medicine, so there's no sense of playing about it. Like when you're on plant medicine, you can communicate with certain things on you. I always got aquamarine on there. They will communicate with you. If you have aquamarine on, like I said, there's a lot of things that I can show you this book, but like I always say, I'm showing you this book. Do your full research. Don't just follow the first spell that's given to you, because sometimes somebody will give you a spell to watch how dumb you are and let you do the spell without knowing the repercussion on it. Like what was the wizard in Marvel? Dr. Strange. He said, you didn't read the whole book before you did the spell? That's the book.
Wow.
They give you some spells and they tell you to do things where you can summon water spirits. Or what we would call mermaids. Or what we would call Nomo. Or what we would call all sorts of different. The water is infinite. The water is powerful. There's no comprehend. The same way we don't understand the cosmic universe, we don't understand water, and they might be one and the same. So yeah, when you're in Aquamarine, you can communicate with spirit guides. Because most of them are trying to teach you. Water is information. Water is information. Aquamarine is ancient water crystallized, and turquoise is ancient water mixed with other elements crystallized. You see what I'm saying? Crystallized in the earth. So you can communicate with ancient spirits or ancient. You can communicate with the waters. You can communicate with like I said, I don't want to sound too crazy. There's a lot of things in the water, bro.
Listen, bro. Listen. No, say it because that's what we're here for.
Sure. But there's things in there, like whatever spiritual path you're on, the water is number one mama. And then the water.
What were you gonna say? I want it, but listen, we talk about this all the time. We're gonna do what it do, and we're gonna do it like it is, like, you know what I mean? Like this, I want to know. I want to hear. Who was it?
I'm keeping your Patreon too. You know what I'm saying? So
I got you.
Patreon, because there's rituals you can do, and you like Oshun is a real thing. And if you go to the water,
right there,
is a real thing. Oshun is a real thing, and there's water nymphs that are real thing. And these things are just what they say they are. Whatever they say they are, they just that. So you can do all sorts of rituals. You can give aquamarine to the water. You can give your cinnamon to the water. Most definitely bring gifts, because if they don't know that you're friendly, they can do whatever they want to do. There's a lot of people that die in water. There's a lot of people that die in water. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Michael Jamal Warner.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that die in water, and we're not understanding these infinite energies that's in water. Water is technology. It's like every ripple you see is communication.
Yeah. Well, think about it like this. Anytime, and I'm not sure about your spiritual tradition and practice, but I know most spiritual, the one that I know, everything that we do, we start with prayers to Omitutu, to water, like everything. In order for it to be sanctified, just to get started, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta pour a little libations, like just to get started. We ain't talking about just to get the process going. It's like picking up a phone. You got to pick the phone up, and you got to dial the first number in order. You know what I'm saying? That's where you start with spirit. Water.
Yeah, right with the water. Like even in the Nation of Islam, the first thing they say is y'all better respect that water down there. The first thing kind of told everybody to do was get out of Florida, like get away from the coast. Like people,
it don't matter what culture or religion you're in. To me, like you got to respect the water. Period.
And they know what's going on. But I also say, just like in Tampa, there's a dome around Tampa. There's a dome around Tallahassee. There's a dome around Orlando. There's a dome around Kissimmee. All those different places are surrounded by spiritual waters. Like when we're talking about the Fountain of Youth, it's all throughout Florida. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're lying to you about so much of the history, but once you do the history, do the indigenous history and do the research on it. But yeah, Aquamarine, you can communicate with certain entities, and just be willing to when you communicate, listen. You see what I'm saying? So that what you have is angel light, so you can communicate with the angels. Angel light, because angels communicate through light. They're communicating through the sun and all these different vibrations. Whereas the aquamarine communicates through water. Water is the highest vibration. Water is the number one record keeper. Information is kept in water. Ice will be number 2, and then stones. Water is like the number one record keeper to tap into all information. The Akashic records, whatever, it's in water. So how do you know if the crystals are real? One, I guess, okay. So once you start getting into crystals in a for real state, you're studying the crystals anyway. YouTube is free. You can always ask questions. Nobody should be selling you fake crystals. Also, the way it feels. If you don't feel anything from it, maybe you shouldn't even get it. Like, you shouldn't just be getting it if it looked good. But most crystals should be real. It's just who you're getting it from. Are you buying it from a crystal shop that they stole the land and they're selling you the tumble stones back, or are you buying it from a direct source? So you know the crystal's real from buying it from. Should be the answer. You know the crystal's real from buying it from a good source. Hey, how you doing? I'm Orisha Stone. So yeah, you that's how you get your crystals, from a real source. We get our stones from Africa. Every time you see us with malachite, we're getting it from sources out of Africa. When you hear me talking about black diamonds and stuff like that, we're dealing with people in Africa that's down there, that's from America doing business in Africa. So while they're trying to divide everybody, nobody said we African, but we can do business like the same way we do business with everybody else. They're trying to take their time now to do business with us. You see what I'm saying? So, and they love it. They love it when they see my little stuff about the Omex and everything else. They love that. So, you there, Chief?
Yes, sir. Kind of like Young Jeezy. You count hundreds on the table, 20s on the floor, and I love it.
Shout out to Trey Hoover. Big shout out. New York, shout out. Free Rashid Jamal. Big shout out. Free the Chiefs, man. All the Chiefs. There's a whole lot of righteous teachers in prison with the shadow vaults, with all this information that we don't know about. We only calling out certain ones, but free all the real chiefs, the righteous teachers, the revolutionaries, the revolutionaries that went to prison. Think about the Phoenix Accords and all these big chiefs that would be in prison forever and a day for fighting against this evil ass. They're not evil. I'm saying I saw the
No, that's all good. No, I mean Afeni did her thing too. We talked about that on here. You know, Queen Afeni Ibatanu, she bro, like doing research on her, like I didn't know like her power in the mind in terms of like her legal, you know what I'm saying, like genius, bro. Like she beat the state of New York with a huge charge for, you know what I'm saying, like for herself, and then she got the whole Panther Party off. When I say the whole, but the Panther 21, y'all do the math and check that out. Look up Panther 21. Queen Afeni Shakur represented herself in court against the state of New York, mopped the floor with them, and then came back and got the other Panthers, you know what I'm saying, like based off of her testimony of how she was able to represent for herself by herself and the Panther Party.
Shout out Fred Hampton. Shout out all the Black Panthers, Black Panthers Indigenous to America. The Black Panther Party was a matriarch group of people out here taking care of kids. Every program that they have now for welfare recipients was made by the Black Panther Party. Do the research on Black Panther, Black August. It's Black August. We're going to keep getting there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all those. I'd be say Fred Hampton, but like I say, to the ancestors known and unknown. It was the only person they shot up in that place. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Philadelphia and what they did.
Phil Africa, them, yeah.
So it's a lot of them. It's a lot of chiefs that they messed over. Ain't trying to go that far with it, but man.
But that's a Patreon call. But that goes back to the connection to the ancestors, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you can deny the lie, but you can't hide the truth. The ancestors are here in truth, bro. Like, I mean, nothing that nobody could tell me no different. Because I seen them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel them, I talk to them, like they're here. They've been here. And speaking about the mask, you talk about the mask, like if you really want to call down and like really turn up with the ancestors, we talk about the masquerades. You know what I'm saying? When you talk the masquerades, like that's the Igungun, like really, you know, doing what the Igungun do. So it's like there's a lot of energy going on. There's a lot of Ashe. It's a lot of spiritual energy at play right now, bro.
Can I say something about that? And this is it might, I don't want to disrespect your channel. I know it's controversial, right? But that's why I say it's important that we have, you say Ashe is representative of your experience. That should represent everybody else's experience, because there's a lot of people out there that's trying to get out on you because you're trying to have a spiritual experience and they want to be your fake ass babalao. I'm gonna throw this on the floor real quick. Them sensitive people are never your friend, have never been your friends or not your friends. If y'all run into these other people thinking these people are your friends and they looking into your soul and seeing your path, these are the same people that told not to teach us these oral traditions. They were the first ones that went to Africa, learned these traditions, and they came over here to tell you, and now take that forever you want. But there's a lot of them that the program was to make sure you don't connect with them over there. Not because, oh, y'all gonna mix and blend or whatever. Why do you think they care so much? And that's from whoever spreading the message, whatever. Why do you think they care so much? The name of the game was they went over there to get the information. Think about it. Cuba, how many of them practice Santeria? How many of them Brazil practice Santeria? Yeah.
Cuba, it's a lot.
How many of them?
Honestly, I would have to take the bet that you gonna all day, every day find more Cubans who practice Santeria than you will who don't. And even the ones who do, like, or I would say who quote unquote may act like they don't, they go to church, but they still practicing, you know what I'm saying, under Catholicism or, you know, underneath the, you know, the umbrella, under the veil.
The name of the game, you know this for yourself. Ask Big Mama. You know this for yourself. The name of the game that came out Big Mama for herself was they were told not to teach them niggas in America. To make sure we don't tap into none of this. Everybody laughing at us because we not tapped into none of these spiritual systems the correct way. Whereas the American indigenous person is fighting for knowledge. Everybody else is born into these systems and use these systems for evil. And it's that whole sacred evil twin thing. You're a Gemini. You know that there's an evil twin, good twin. It's like these are ancient codes that they're telling us. And then some of these evil twins are trying to use this to make sure we stay down. You owe it to yourself to tap into this information and educate yourself to, one, send things back to sender, return to sender, protect yourself, and to flourish in love. Because at the end of the day, that's what we were doing with these stones. These people, like I said, their name of the game is to juice you vampires, energy vampires, whatever you want to call them, with the kufi on, with the leakies on, whatever they want to put on. But understand, don't go so far out to somebody that don't understand who you are for your spiritual system, especially if you don't understand it. That goes for anything. Like be most definitely hands-on with the experience and how you feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, and you know what too? Shout out to Baba Mukasa Dada, because he was there in the very beginning of the Panther Party. Even before the Panthers, he was a Panther before the Panthers. So shout out to him, man. Because matter of fact, I got to share some of that live stream we did with him last week. He was over there with Ibrahim Traore. Over there with the he was over there with the I'm having the brain for God damn it, what's the name of Burkina Faso? He was over there with the Burkina Faso tribe, and man, it was dope. It was a dope interview, man. Like he went in, and it was dope. I got to share some of that. Huh?
Time you talk to him, ask him about the stones. He went in Burkina Faso for no reason. They talking about minerals.
Look, that's a private. Look, that's a private community call.
I ain't saying nothing.
Listen, nah, it's cool. But the tribe who was on that call, because we had some tribes that was in the call, they know what it was. Man, Baba came and burnt that thing down. And bruh, I gotta share some of that because he met everybody in the captain's camp except for the captain. But he said they made him an honorary ambassador of Burkina Faso. So he said he's going back. I forgot what month in the fall, where he hopefully should be able to meet the captain. But he was like, security is real tight, which I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't get too close. You know what I mean? Like you talking about a precious diamond, like you know what I'm saying, huh?
Right now, Ibrahim Traore is not alive right now for playing with his security. People lined up the way they're supposed to be lined up. Trust me, calls have been made. People have made calls. They listen, I know what's going on.
Okay.
Listen, I just told you, we out here talking about black diamonds. We're not out here talking about tumblestones. And these people out here trying to put tumblestones. We'll be talking about stone, black diamonds real soon. We're gonna be talking about different kind of stones. We're talking about.
Listen, no. I just want to share this part because this one thing I take pride in, and I really do. And for those who know me, you know what it is. But I take pride in humility. I take pride in being somebody who, you know, is just extremely humble. But I ain't gonna ever really pop off and talk shit about myself or what I do and my accomplishments. But I'm damn sure pop off for my teachers and those who led the way for me. So therefore, we've been blessed. And when I tell you we've been blessed, we've been blessed, bro. Like we've been blessed in these Ashe streets, bro. Like for real. Baba Mukasa Dada was there before the Panther Party began. With Snick, he was there with Stokely Carmichael and literally walked with Dr. King and worked with Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? El Haj. Like he really did this. Like he ain't talking about it. He really did this. Like this ain't something we watching. Or I'm looking at researching all these years that I had to, you know, watch videos and be on the internet and the libraries and all that to study Malcolm and all these other movements. He was actually there with them in that movement, and he's still in the movement, and he been in these Ashe streets. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I'm telling you, the conversations that I can't have on air that I have had off air, when I tell you, like, bruh, we here now.
One shout out Professor James Small, right?
Yes, sir.
Don't comprehend what you're doing and who you're talking to until after these people transcend, right? When you say because they've been lied to about this, how the Civil War and all these different, all this damn civil rights movement, all this different, they've been lied to about all these everything. They've been lied about everything, right? So they think that the civil rights movement was peaceful. They think that everybody was Martin Luther King, and they don't even realize Martin Luther King wasn't even Martin Luther King. There was real people on the ground putting people where they need to be put. Study Professor James Small. There's a lot of people that's not here right now because of statute of limitations. So we're not like in California do, put all our business out there and everything else. These people are real people that was putting foot to ass, and they weren't stopping on their own people. They weren't stomping on people that look like us. They was out there doing what they needed to do against the enemy. So these people get respect on a whole nother level. And then, like you said, these people fought the police. These people shot police. These people did all sorts of things. And this was in the court record. That's not no new stuff. This is a court record that they beat for self-defense. So, and then the ones that, like I say, the ones that they couldn't lock up forever, they killed them. And the ones that they didn't kill, they chilling somewhere in Cuba right now. big Cuban cigars type shit.
Hey, shout out to
talk shit because we can talk shit right now. Like I ain't got to explain. Back in the day, they made us talk. They made us explain ourselves when we didn't know how to explain ourselves. When they were talking about what you in the stones for, what you in. Now they talking about bricks. You talking about bricks?
Listen,
I'm from Florida. I got everything I need right here. You see what I'm saying? So.
Hey, tribe, y'all bear with me, man. I'm way behind on the comments, but I'm doing the best I could do. Shout out to the unique tribe though, because I think she was in there with Baba Mukasa. Baba was going in, but I gotta share some of that. But I love it because when you spoke about like how many Cubans are into Santeria, right? If you look at that the whole movement with Fidel, and tonight I gotta say Iba say Baba Ogunye, because like it's been a heavy Ogun conversation, but Fidel was definitely rocking with that energy of Ogun, bro. Like that's why Fidel was Fidel, because Fidel was fucking with that Ogun power.
It's Black August, and I'm gonna say real gonna recognize real. Fidel was Fidel, and to some people he was a hero. To other people he's a monster. And we can take that however we want to tell. You got to do the research. If you Fidel is Fidel, so Cubans is no situation.
It depends on what team you play for. Pretty much how I would imagine how you look at it.
If you understand what Black August is, and I'm keep saying that, if you understand what the Black Revolution was back in those days, Fidel is Fidel. Gaddafi is Gaddafi. All these different people that might not look like us, that bang for us, because Gaddafi was trying to send us gold. Fidel was fighting for us and protected a bunch of us. So Fidel, they don't even realize. I don't know if you want me to say it or not, but you know why America never fucked with Fidel, right?
They couldn't beat him.
Why couldn't they beat him? You talking about Ogun and Shango energy? He sacrificed. I'm gonna just throw this out here. Every year he sacrificed, I think it was a lion and a bull.
Listen,
every year
I wasn't gonna go into anything about anything, but all I said was Ogun, because like I said, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing. Like, let's think about it. You just said how many freedom fighters have been sacrificed to the, you know what I'm saying, to these parasites, right? The agents, the Smiths, right? So if you have somebody who is unapologetically that dude, like y'all ain't coming over here, y'all ain't none of that. And he's still like, and he making sure he holding out for it, he doing everything he's like everything, and you ain't getting to him, you working with a supernatural power.
When we're giving Haiti the shout out, we're giving Haiti the shout out because they were tapped into the land, but they were led by somebody that was not of them. Their leader was the person that kicked off the Haitian Revolution wasn't Haitian. They didn't kick their own revolution off. Number one. Two, the land was spiritual. It was the big mamas that kicked their revolution off with Duty Bookman and everything else. Mind you, there's a meteorite that's always been there. They leave that part out the story. There's a meteorite on that land that magnifies the land. When you're talking about certain stones that can communicate to certain energies, iridium and Larimar are stones that could connect on some high another level that are from that island. Even though they say it's from the Dominican Republic, it's still from that same island. So they were using those stones, especially iridium, to fight wars, and they won. That's why they get punished now. And the spell was reversed to make everybody forget. So that's the thing. Like once we get out the amnesia over, when they realize what they're standing on, like Rod always say, they're trillionaires already. They're about to go into the old Haiti. That's why everybody's talking about Haiti. We already know what's about to happen. They're bubbling or whatever, and they might not quite understand. There's a lot of people that's going through whatever struggle they're going through. But once they realize what their feet are on top of, what's right there in their rivers, they're about to go problematic. Haiti's about to go old school Haiti. America's about to change, bro. Like all the shit they be talking, America, once black people tap into it, that's the name of the game. Keep black people dumb so we can keep people in Australia doing drill music and Europe doing drill music. Now you got people in Europe talking about they Crips and Bloods. Why? Because we influence the whole world and they focus a magnet on the stem parts. They're not going to focus a magnet on Malcolm Jamal Warner that actually was going back and forth. He was dealing in African spirituality, but he was also dealing in other spiritualities. Rest in power. You see what I'm saying? They gave us an ancestor in Black August. It's always a sacrifice in Black August. I told you. Gaddafi Fidel Castro made big sacrifices. Black August couldn't be touched. It's however you want to play the game. But that's why you got the Lionsgate portal, because whatever you manifest, so you got like proper preparation prevents poor performance. You got to protect yourself because there's a lot of things working on both sides. Now you can be a coward and say, I'm not going to deal with that because that's what they do and they're evil. And or I can power up and they can come with that shit if they want to. My dragon, he stay hungry. This dude love demons. The dragon love demons. You see what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of different people. If think about it, it's a spiritual warfare. You want to understand the spiritual technology. You don't want to let just anybody play with your soul. You want to make sure it's people that, you see what I'm saying? It's a lot, and I learned a lot of this just from being on the Gulf Coast, being in New Orleans and everything else. But it's a major, think about it. If that's in the local scheme of things, imagine the grand scheme of things. How many people want your spot? How many people want your throne? And you said it yourself earlier. I wasn't gonna go there, but you said it. As above, so below, as within, so without, right? The crystals are in your mind. All these crystals, don't take my word for it, just look on your Black Obsidian scribe and look up in your mind that actually create those 3 crystals in your mind that actually create your pineal gland. Your third eye.
The eye of Heru.
The eye of Heru. Now,
the mind's eye.
Going right back to it, if you know what that is, if you're saying that I didn't just make up some word, I'm not on some pseudo, I'm just not making up a word about third eye. They should be teaching this in school because it's actually a scientific real thing. If we was doctors, but we're not talking about doctors, we're talking about spirituality.
It's taught in this school.
It's taught in this school, right?
Yeah,
so,
Starseeds, we talked about that in Starseeds all day. Meditation, the crystals, all that. Third eye, mind's eye, all that.
These crystals is how, this is a crystal. They always talk about third eye. That's why you see people with a ruby in his third eye. That's why the Hope Diamond is cursed because they stole it from the third eye of a goddess temple in ancient Tibet. Look up the Hope Diamond. Some diamonds can be cursed. There's a good side and bad side to all this shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We get
but that's real though, because even though I'm pretty sure if you on this channel, I'm pretty sure the tribe be watching Ancient Aliens. But even in Ancient Aliens, they talk about the different types of like the crystals and the diamonds and all that, and how the influence or the power that they have. Like for example, like you said, the Buddha, every highly highly revered spiritual leader or messiah or whatever you want to call them, you know what I mean, they all have whatever their statue or their bust is depicted as. They had that third eye, you know what I mean. And then we talk about Kemet, the pharaoh, you know what I'm saying, and all the goddesses, you see the cobra and then you see the bird, right? So either way it goes, you're talking about a very, very highly evolved, ancient cultural civilizations when you start talking about the mind's eye and all the symbols and so everything, the symbols that ties into that.
Yeah, someone in the comments said something about lapis lazuli. You want to talk about the serpent energy, the mother energy, right? To represent northern Kemet and lower Kemet, right? I mean,
yeah. The north and the south, yeah. Upper and lower Kemet.
With Jade is the serpent, the protector. Your protector was that serpent energy. Your protector was your mother energy. You see what I'm saying? The sister is the vulture, but it's funny because, and like I say, sometimes I mix up because think about it, all of it merges together. Because doesn't Orisha become a vulture?
Yeah, so you said like just okay, so like Gemini, because to me like the perfect, when it comes to spirituality, I think one of the best personifications for a Gemini to me is Eshu. Because you know what I'm saying, Eshu can literally walk you through the gates of like a heavenly experience, or can literally burn your ass to a black burnt ass crisp of a remnant of a of a ash, depending on which way, like which path, like however you move with. So
remember
I feel like that, you talk about a Gemini like that, I mean, we're talking about two sides of like the polarities of how far it could go. And then hell, I'll even dare to say, look at Pac. When Pac was talking about dear mama, and I ain't mad at you, keep your head up, he was that beautiful side of Eshu that will walk you to the gates of heaven. You know what I'm saying? We're having a block party in heaven on my block. You feel me? But then if you pissed him off, now he jumps into, you know what I'm saying, that shoot him up, bang, bang, I fucked your wife, first of all. Just like he'll cut your throat. But at the same time, you knew that he had the ability to go to either side because that was the genius within Pac. So it's like, when you talk about that twin energy, that's a very, 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 very deep energy.
We talk about a lot of zodiac signs, and we like, if we ever dig into that zodiac thing and the zodiac construct, like I say, it's manipulated. But the Gemini energy, they can't manipulate the energy. They just switch things around, and some things are outdated. But agate, like I say, any kind of blue stone, because you're communicating. You're the Mercury energy. You see what I'm saying? So that Mercury energy is the communicator to the spirit realms. These were, like you said, the readers. These were the and what do they call those women? You keep them to themselves. Back in the day, they would keep, when people are born at certain times, their job was already prescribed onto them. So these women or anybody, they were put up and they would take care of, because those are air signs. They would just be there to communicate with the spirit guides. Gemini is the duality. It's duality. Just like it's always like they lying about everything, bro. The sacred twins, the sacred cosmic thing, just like Olokun. Olokun isn't a one entity. Olokun is a duality. A Batala is too. Like they're lying about everything. You know what I'm saying?
Let me. Something came to me just now because that twin energy. When you talk about that in Obatala, Olokun, those are all perfect examples of it too. But the Beiji, the Beiji twins is a very, very, very powerful, not well known, entities or deities in the tradition or just in spirituality as a whole. So it's like that's powerful, man. And it's like when you talk about that twinness, like twin, people always talk about twin flames, and you know what I'm saying, the as above, as as below. So within.
You sound good about twin flame. Sound good. Somebody forever.
Yeah. You don't want to look. I tell you what, I feel like they did a good job of that with that movie Gemini Man, because that I think when they show how you got to be careful with what you wish for, what you want when you get, you want to have that that future, you know what I'm saying, because that future you might be able to, you know what I'm saying, outdo you. So it's like, but I feel like it goes back to the knowing thyself.
They've been doing it a long. Gemini Man been going on for a long time. Listen, there's only we say it all the time. We go back to the 7 chakras. We go back to the Orishas. There's only 7 to 9 archetypes of a person. You're gonna have a slave. You're gonna have the worker. You're gonna have the worshiper. You're gonna have the revolutionary. You're gonna have, or how about this? I'll break it down like this. You're gonna have the Oshuns, and think about everything that Oshun is attributed to. People attribute Oshun just to sexuality or sensuality. They don't attribute Oshun to trauma. They don't talk about the trauma aspects. They don't talk about the warrior aspects. They don't talk about the respect aspects of why Mars is dry. Mars is dry because they tell you the whole story about Mars is dry. Mars belongs to Ogun, and they were respectful on Mars. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, however far you want to go with that, but once you do the research on each one of these things, man. I don't know. I went too far with it. I don't know. I can't.
No, matter of fact, I mean, we don't got. It depends. Like we could get into it because I got some.
So in the original story, everything, like I know some people don't believe it can go so far into a whole nother channel, right? So a lot of people don't believe in space and all that other shit, whatever. But the construct of the stars and the combination of the stars, just like they have dice or dominoes, those used to be how they you used to use dice to divine. You know that, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
You see what I'm saying? Everything's based on stars and star maps. Now, yeah, some star maps are out of date, but you're putting it with exactly. Hold on.
There we go. So let me move that. So that's what I'm saying. We can go there. Like, so Ogun is Mars, the god of war, technology, assertive and aggressive self, right? Who is that? Is that Quetzalcoatl?
No, it's an ancient Olmec calendar, but it's a calendar of the stars.
Okay, that's what's up. Oh, that's like the American version.
Oh no, that's from Mexico.
Okay, it's from where?
That's from Mexico.
But that's the America, considered the Americas though, right? South America.
Yeah, South. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I'm just saying because like this would be because this is from Yoruba culture, so it's going to be of the East. You know what I'm saying? Like from over there on the continent. You know what I'm saying? So like to me, that's just literally the same map, but just there on. You know what I'm saying? That's just like Kemet, Arizona or Grand Canyon versus Kemet on the Nile Valley. You know what I'm saying? What's the difference? You know what I'm saying?
We're not supposed to talk about space, but I'm intrigued about the whole space thing, but I don't let it take over me because some people, you know what I'm saying, we worry about too much, but we can't say we're not focused on space, but you were just talking about the Lionsgate portal. You're not worried about space, but you were just talking about the full moon tonight. You're not, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Yeah. When it comes to astrology, that's a big part of the stones because certain stones you're not even supposed to wear on certain days. Certain days, when certain moons is up, you want to wear certain stones. When certain suns is up, you want to have certain stones. You know what I'm saying? So, and that goes back to this book right here. This isn't something that just one person book. This is just like the 48 Laws of Power.
Hold on, let me highlight that. Hold on.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of compelled stories and stuff, ancient stories that's telling people when to use it, how they learned it. We always talk about ancient Afghan and all that. In ancient Afghan, they had on tablets how they were using lapis lazuli to do whatever ritual they were doing. Talking about the Hathor temple, these people are keeping the people alive for a very long time. How are they doing it? Magnetism and stones and quartz.
There's another one. There's another powerful like map too. I want to say is it Dandara? Didn't it? What was it like? Dandara, right? Dandara. If I'm forgetting how to,
I'm about to find my note.
But you know what I'm talking about, though, right? Okay.
I did this lecture a couple of days ago. That's crazy. Boom. That's crazy.
That goes back to being a nerd, man. That's all that reading. Like, you know, you got to put in order to get out. You got to put in. That's
crazy because I haven't even got a chance to look at my notes. Talking like I like the way we just flowing, but that's crazy. You just said that.
Yeah, man. But that's energy, bro. Like I'm telling you, like even like this weekend, like okay, from the first show I did back from the little break, man. Like it was like the energy was just like we was back like we never left. You know what I'm saying? Like and everything was all in synchronicity and divine alignment. Like Unique Tribe said, the energy don't lie. She was on all of them, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like it's a real thing, bro.
Hey, real quick, somebody else said something about selenite. Selenite is the most definitely powerful stone, especially in moon energies, cleansing energies, energies. Some people say it charges energies, but I don't believe it charges energy, but it does cleanse energies. Like you can always do the chakra cleanse with that. So whoever says something about calming energy, selenite most definitely. If you ever have a singing bowl, sit with some selenite. Selenite is a very powerful stone.
I think this bowl is a selenite bowl.
Yeah, selenite is very powerful.
Yeah, don't you charge other? You can charge other crystals with it too, right?
They say charging. Let's do some. You know what I'm saying? I want to do some more research on that. I know it cleanses stones. Charging. When we say charge, especially in the scientific aspect of it, and I know we're on the spiritual aspect of it, but on the science aspect, we gotta be careful with our words because we don't want to say something that sounds crazy as hell later on. You see what I'm saying? So some stones produce energy, and some stones conduct energy. Diamond, hold on. Comment. Case in point. Diamond,
so kind of like batteries. How you had a negative and a positive charge of a battery, right?
Diamonds can conduct heat, not electricity, but it's a better thermal conductor than copper and silver. You see what I'm saying? It conducts heat, but not electricity. Whereas quartz produces electricity. You would think it was some of the same, but like I say, that's when, you know what I'm saying, you can go deeper with it. You can keep going deeper with it. Look into the science of it. When you study anything spiritual, go ahead and do the science on it too. And you're going to study these stones. You're going to study what does it do for you? What can it do for you? And then y'all going to write it out together. Like you said, you put in your little juju bag. Y'all write it out together. When you come home at night, you can hold the crystal sometimes. Like I say, I held amethyst, and then holding amethyst, it helped me relieve some of my trauma.
Yeah,
I needed it. I needed some amethyst. I'll go outside and put amethyst because you can see through it. You can put amethyst on your third eye and let the sun go through the amethyst and go through your third eye. Especially when you're on medicine, you be in your own room, like it's a red room where you can manifest. It's the start. This is a spaceship too, and you can get on the Star Trek Enterprise and tell them that you want to upgrade. This is just a vehicle. I want to upgrade my vehicle. I want a download, just like you said about Neo. He put that thing in the back of his head to learn how to do kung fu. He didn't know that before. So if I want to learn how to do anything, let me tap into this real quick.
Yeah, is that the same as the Merkaba?
The Merkaba.
I'm just saying because you said this is a spaceship. That's what you said. I don't know. I'm asking. Look, I'm asking for the people. The people want to know: is this spaceship the same as the Merkaba? The people want to know.
Merkaba, right? The Merkaba, right? And they're gonna be like, "Oh man, you're throwing gang signs. We throwing mudras. We were taught our tribal tradition through whatever." The Merkaba, I would say, is a spaceship for your soul, for your consciousness. You can sit here in a mudra and meditate, and especially when you have certain stones, and you can what they say, astral travel, or there's a lot of different things you could do. They call it different things, out of body experiences. But like I said, when you're on these medicines, if you're talking about seeing thought and everything else, you're doing mudras to speak to these different things. So it's helping you navigate your spirit or soul through realms or dimensions or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you see Dr. Strange always throwing up different signs. So yeah, Mercury most definitely, and I'm paraphrasing it. Like I said, they're gonna slaughter me because you can go so deep about the Mercury. These are ancient symbols. When you're looking at ancient when you're looking at sacred geometry, right? It's a language, bro. It's a language.
Yeah.
It's not a
language.
language.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Speaking of sacred geometry, real quick.
Yeah.
I gotta bring some of these pieces up because I hate to do it, but I can keep going a little bit longer, but the tribe is going crazy in the comments, bro. I wish I could keep up with y'all tribe, but the conversation is on fire. Y'all on fire. It's hard to keep up with both fires, man. But with that, I appreciate all y'all, man. We're gonna keep it coming though. But ain't this a sacred geometry piece that you was just telling me about? Or that, I mean, you was leading to that, but we were talking about this before the call though. Ain't this is the one, right? So now we talk about the combination of sacred geometry, and then now you bring in this crystal technology. Now we it's like we cooking on the grill with some high octane, you know what I'm saying, fuel, bro. We just using that like lighter fluid right now, because you know, like for real. So where is the mothership connection when it comes to the crystals and the sacred technology?
It's all the stone itself is proof of sacred geometry. The stone itself is proof. A quartz. If we were just to study the quartz itself, it's let me see. Find this word for you real quick. Quartz. All those stones are sacred geometry, building under pressure. Building under energy, magnetism. Oh man, you caught me off guard, bro. I didn't have my notes. But yeah,
it's all good, man. Listen, we're gonna listen.
You look into the research on it. When I showed you that mineral chart, that's how you know the language. That's how you know a stone if it's real or not real. When you're looking at a real ruby has pyramids on it. That's why they call it record keepers. It has pyramids on it. Now those pyramids is a conversation about how old this stone might be. When they say they can't carbon date a stone, they're right, but they can tell exactly how old it is by inclusions, all sorts of stuff. Now every stone's not the same, but stones, that's what it's telling you. You know black tourmaline when you see black tourmaline from obsidian, because obsidian either has a sheen to it or you can see yourself in it. Whereas black tourmaline has those brittle, long lines. It's telling you exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, damn it, I don't want to go too far off.
No, that's all good. Well,
every stone is the physical embodiment of sacred geometry,
bro. And that goes back into the universe, because we've been talking about, like you say, the Lions Gates and the portals and the cosmos and all that. We was talking about Sirius last night on the call last night. You know, the Sirius star system, Canis Major. You know what I'm saying? Like we've been going heavy with the astrological report. You know what I'm saying? Like, we like the meteorologists for the weather, but we're doing this for the, you know what I'm saying, for the cosmos right now. We're giving the astrological weather report. So it's like with that,
like the most common sacred geometry symbol we see nowadays, right, is the Ankh. Everybody wears the Ankh. Everybody wears the Ankh. Everybody got the Ankh tattooed on them. Nobody knows what the Ankh really, like, not many people that you see nowadays that got the Ankh or wear the Ankh or whatever, and even know what it really represents. It's a key to consciousness. It's a key to realms. Whereas if you understand the Ankh is a sacred symbol, and you understand the all-seeing eye is a sacred symbol, then you understand that, wait a minute, what happens when I connect this line with that line, like the Dogon? That's what they were doing at the end of the day. They were connecting they were reading the stars, connecting the dots, throwing the shells. The rocks are going to rock the way they're supposed to rock with those stars. That's not me making that up. That's the science, and it proves itself every time. You see what I'm saying? Why do you think the old wise men, the first thing they did was look at the stars? This is their story. They look at the stars, judge what's going on, know who's the one from that sacred geometry, go down here, bless him with stones, gold, and other precious minerals. For a lifetime, precious myrrh and rubies and all these different gems. Why do you think you see what I'm saying? So when the connection, it doesn't need to be made. They're all is one. All of it is one thing. You can't do one without the other. You can't say I love Ogun, but I don't know nothing about metal. I love Mama Oya, but I don't know nothing about the water. The science of the water, the science of those railroad tracks that go all through Mississippi, the science of the court system, and that bird that's behind the judge has a seal on it, a seal. They're practicing juju on you. That's why they summon you. Now you can reverse this through juju. can reverse this with Papa Legba. You can reverse this with High John the Conqueror. You can reverse this with Ogun. That goes back to the little origin story of I cannot be here right now. Like I'm listen. I went from selling rocks to selling rocks. I've done a lot of bad things in my life, and it's like boom. Now I'm here because this Orisha helped me. Not no Jesus, not Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not none of them. And I don't take shots at them lightly. I take shots at them because the first thing that all those religions teach you to do is forget who you are, forget your ancestors, forget your spiritual systems while practicing their spiritual systems and bigging up their ancestors and doing everything in vice versa reverse. I bet you know, even Baba Sabari, the cousin of Prophet Muhammad, they talk about all their family. You're bigging up all their ancestors. That's the bare minimum basics in Islam and Christianity.
Yeah.
Mind you, they're all about gemstones. All throughout the Bible, they tell you you carry this stone to represent those 12 tribes. And if everything's sold in reverse, the one thing they couldn't lie about was the stones. Our ancestors knew they were going to switch up the information. That's why they put everything in stones. They were talking to us through stones. You're reading the Bible. A lot of the secret code wasn't what they said, it's what they didn't say. When they said, oh yeah, he had onyx and sapphire or this on him, it did what? It made you look at what these stones were. When you're looking at the 12 chest plate of the Levite, look at the 12 chest plate, the 12 stone chest plate of the Ashanti tribe. When you're looking at chest plates of Chief Santeria, like when you look at the chest plate of Chief Santeria from Jacksonville, Florida, from North Florida, all the way through the Gulf Coast, this is our ancient traditions, north, south, east, west. This isn't just one call. You know what I'm saying? This is our spiritual system. When they say we don't have no culture, you don't see Africans running around with this on. You don't see Asians running around with this on. You don't. King Karoo, you said about King Karoo, right? The first thing King Karoo said to me when I showed him my stuff, I was like, yo, it's crazy. You don't see the Africans. Why are they not building with this stuff? I'm getting stones from them. Why are they not building with it? He said it's not their technology. They're just supposed to supply us what we need, and we're supposed to get nasty with it. This ain't their technology. So
that's fact. Yeah, I'm here. I'm sitting here in the comments. I can't keep up. I'm trying to keep an eye on it on both, but I'm definitely
they said in ancient stone prophecy from Sambo, what they would call Buddha, but if you look up the original Sambo temples, they said that and this is in every spiritual system, they said that you will know when the time has come for the crystal city to change, when the sun will rise in the west and set in the east. And we already know that sun is just the highest form of light. Light represents information and knowledge. But like I said, that also means they were communicating through gold and crystal technology. This is how to communicate. Now, the sun only represents knowledge. They're saying the sun rises from the west and sets on the east because the information is going to come from us now. The information is coming. We are, they know this. This is prophecy. This isn't me saying it. Just do the research, understand knowledge of self. Once you understand who you are, whatever you want to deem and call yourself a spiritual system, we're the ones that changed the world, that changed the cosmos. We're the one that when we start talking about magnetic homes and magnetic living, which is a real thing, they understand fusion, they understand all these different things. Look up the movie The Man Who Fell from Earth. This isn't some shit that we're just making up out of thin air. They understand that we can do these different things. And once we get into these different things, when you understand, when they say the return of the serpent wisdom, they're talking about cosmic energy flowing through the chakras, flowing through the ley lines of the earth, because the ley lines are the earth chakras. And we're around all of them. We got pyramids all around us, but they got golf courses on them. Or they got graveyards on them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, no, man, you have to that. All of it is connected. It's up to you. Say when school, once you graduate from one aspect of it and go to the next, you connect the dots for it. Because I can't tell you how to throw the mudras. You might not need that mudra right now. Ruby can kill certain people. Ruby's not for everybody. Look that up. Ruby's not for everybody. I don't think cancer can have ruby, but there's other signs that ruby will drive crazy. Job where you kind of submissive or whatever, like back in the day, it's not fit for a slave to have a ruby because he gonna bow up at the king, get his head chopped off. It's give you that kind of energy, it's give you that, you know what I'm saying? So
let me get a couple questions there real quick, too, because but one thing before I get the questions in, when you talk about I love how you reference the like the serpent energy, like and to the cosmos and all that. But I think another thing too, to really reference and tie down that whole metaphor of as above, so below, as within, so without. When you talk about that same chain that Ogun made, the DNA chain, right, with the helic crossings, is that not the same serpent that we have that I would dare to say that is the equivalent of the spinal cord, right? So the spinal cord, without that spinal cord going, up from the root all the way through the crown, that's the serpent within. But then if you look at anything that has to do with medical or anything that has to do with health, when you talk about the hospitals or anything with the medical field, especially in the West, you have the two snakes going up in the heliacal, in the heliacal direction, correct? That's a serpent energy, right?
Facts.
Is that serpent energy inside of you just as well as is outside if you have a connection to okay. All right, that's what I was trying to figure out. So now when you talk about like meditation and astral projections and the Merkaba, you know what I'm saying, and the inner space. So all these things are connected to a serpent.
This book, I'm talking about, talks about soon. We need to do a whole book reading on this and start having conversations about this book right here. This should be one of our. I got other books, but this one, yeah. I say that some of these books are so powerful because they're giving us the codes. Like I'm not giving you no information that's brand new. This is not I just came up. You know what I'm saying? This is activation of said information. This is how we're going to utilize this information, right? You said, all right. So you remember Predator? Yeah. Your spine is a stargate.
Yeah.
You came out of a stargate. You came from the root chakra of your mother and your father. The sperm is your brain. We know we know that your brain is only the sperm cell that grown into this whole spaceship or vehicle, a body. Because you know what I'm saying.
It's like a tadpole. Like when the sperm is in the spermatozoa format, you know what I'm saying, or I should say, form. It is a, you know what I'm saying, like it's the head, it's just the tail.
But also, you remember when he used to, back in the day before they started getting off, Predator would only kill certain people. And what he would do, he would take their spine and their skull as the souvenir. Your spine is the stargate. Your spine is the key. That's why they were wearing spines around their neck, the same way we're wearing around our neck type. But they were telling you also, that's why you can see those star people or predators, right? The one they were saying Predator with the locks. These were interdimensional beings. These were our ancient. I mean, however far you want to go.
Wait, whoa! I don't know, because as you see,
where they get the story from? Before they can't create anything. So where did they get that story from? And why is this story in military files?
But let me ask you this, because it's some jewels, boy, it's a treasure trove and treasure chest of jewels being dropped tonight, boy. Listen. So when you said that, and I love the Predator. So now I'm looking, I got a dope piece of art right here with Asar Aset, and I'm looking at Asar's crown, and I'm looking at the serpent. But now, what is the significance when you talk about a serpent that has a hood in the format of a cobra?
All right, so Cobra 1 is crown. 1, that means you mastered your crown. Before they say anything else, they'll be like, oh, just King Cobra. You mastered your crown. You see what I'm saying? Your crown chakra represents your 5% spiritual, your 4% physical. 5% spiritual is your divine feminine energy. You see what I'm saying? That crown also represents the 100. It's a lot. It goes deep, really. Like it represents a lot of different things, and I can't paraphrase it to make it sound, but more than anything, it represents that crown chakra. It represents Wajet energy. Your crown is the Wajet energy. And you would like to say that also goes into yoga. Like I say, none of this stuff is, do I got to connect the dots? All of this is hand in hand. The Wajet, you're spread and looking up to the sun and meditating to the sun in its position. So it's a lot to that. Also, you can go into the whole Shiva thing or Lakshmi thing. When you're talking about, if you want to study this serpent energy, go to the ancients. When you're talking about the ancients, wherever you want to call Indians at that point in time, the Indians of the West or the Indians over here in the East, and they're all going to talk about that same hood of protection, where you might see a hood of protection of 7. It's right here. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. Like that whole hooded crown thing. It's a spiritual rank. It's a spiritual ascension. Not only did you get through those chakras and get through those different things that bother each one of those chakras. Dragon Ball Z talks, not Dragon Ball Z. Avatar talks about it all the time. My son watches it.
Check this out.
Yeah, no. Once you get to that top, your crown chakra, like you said, everything is expound for you. Like you said, it spreads. Once you get to your crown chakra or your third eye chakra, then you got your crown chakra. Then you know what? There's more chakras after that too. You got a ether chakra and more chakras. It's like so many different things, and you can go talk to different entities. That's when you start talking to the thoughts, and that's when you go start talking to them balas, or not talking to them because some of them don't talk. That's when Haru will mount you. When people talk about becoming were jaguars and everything else, that's when Haru will pick you up by your back and take you flying somewhere, and you fly through the cosmos and see things. That's what I mean. But that's what the Prophet Muhammad did.
Check this out.
Both went up a mountain, burnt a burning bush, talked to the universe, and came back down with sapphire tablets.
Let me get like 2 more questions in before we get out of here. But I want to share something before I do that. So I purposely asked you that question about the cobra, right? Because it didn't matter where you went. I knew you was going to give me something, but I asked it for a reason, because you have a really deep knowledge of serpents, you know what I'm saying, and serpent forms and all that. But what's even more dope about it is when you went into it, and I appreciate everything you said, but this is how spirit works. So for me, it was really tying in another layer or level of that inner serpent or that inner self or that inner connectivity to the not just the universe, but to the Kundalini force energy, right? When you talked about that hood, it came back to how everything is flipped in the paradigm of how they make things. Just like Africa is supposed to be the horns at the, you know what I'm saying, really at the bottom, and you know what I'm saying, the handle comes to the top. Okay, but when you think about, and shout out to Ace Hood, when you think about where the real ones is at, most people are going to say they come from where? The hood. I'm so hood. Think about it now. I'm just saying, like, we talking metaphysical.
Yeah.
We talking medical, because that's like an external level of letting you know, when you see that hood, you see that cobra, you know you seeing a master of something that you call that energy, right? So if you know that, and then where do they put most of us, according to, you know what I'm saying, the structure or the so-called strategy of this territory that we're in, they try to force us to what? The hood.
Everything we talked about is in this book, man. And that's why I say I'm paraphrasing stuff. People probably read this book and slaughter me right now. Like, he could have went deeper. Everything that you just said, even the sacred geometry, is in this book. Everything you said, even about the hood, everything you just said about the serpent and the sacred geometry, because sacred geometry, right? People don't even realize it's a language within itself. It's a sacred language. So it's not like you connecting a dot, you're learning another language. And learning that other language, we are talking about matriarch. Everybody want to talk about the matriarch right now. We always got to understand the mother is a serpent, a primordial dragon. It always has been. You see what I'm saying? Once we tap into that energy, we'll get out of aliens. We'll get out of the reptilians. That's not whatever they're scared of. We should celebrate. Whenever they're scared, they should celebrate. Whenever they celebrate, we should be scared. I see Negroes out here on 4th of July celebrating with them, talking about they want a Bloody Mary, and don't know the history of who Bloody Mary was. Mary Turner. Shout out Black August. You see what I'm saying? And her husband, when they killed him and beat him to death, and they drew her body out there, she was pregnant. She who fought for him? It was a black woman that came. When they say this crazy stuff about black men and black women don't love each other, she went out there and fought for that black man while she was pregnant, and they killed her and they did what the colonizer do. Y'all know what the colonizer do. Y'all want to forget it, but that primordial, like that primordial serpent energy is that mother energy, that primordial serpent that'll go against all odds against for you, that'll kill for you. You know what I'm saying? We talking about Mama Bear, but look at Mama Serpent type energy.
So look at Mama Imoja, or Mama Olokun, like
talking about Umoja, but
that's the water. Well, listen, that's the land, that's the air. Like it don't matter. You ain't getting out of the grass for the mothers. Like if you get out of pocket,
you know, I be having a special place for Oya, you know what I'm saying? But I be having my own special place for Oya, but you know what I'm saying, all those energies.
Oh, trust and believe. Yeah, she definitely we got a very sacred relationship.
So when we tap into those energies, and like I said, we might not have gone as far as we could with the stones and everything, but it goes super deep. We can go to your chakras, we can go to each Orisha in this gemstone, we can go to what do you need? Like what do you need in your, what are you trying to manifest? Should be the first thing that you ask yourself. When people hit me up, sometimes a lot of people hit me up, and I guess I throw them off. They said, hey, what you got to sell? I said, man, what are you trying to manifest? What are you looking to bring into existence? You can't come to me and just be like, yo, just sell me something, because I could sell this to the wrong person and end up in a toy box. Or I can sell it to the right person and they utilize it. Like the brother's using when he do his readings, he's tapping into his ruler energy, or tapping into his ancient. You got emeralds on your piece, you know that, right? Emeralds help with your third eye and also help with your heart chakra. So you're reading somebody with clear third eye, clear intentions, and with your heart chakra open. We were just talking about Ogun. Ogun's stone is heart chakra.
He's the heart chakra too.
Ogun is heart. What's the stone? What's the color of an emerald?
Green.
Green and what?
What is it? Green and what? Gold.
Come on, man.
Green and gold, right?
Green and black.
Green and black. Okay.
Ogun's colors.
Well, mine is green, so I ain't see the black, but it's still tough.
Bro, you got faceted emerald. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
But when you find it in a natural matrix form,
elements, I got you.
Yeah, like when you find it in the natural, they try to make. It's been calling me for a minute. I'm gonna have to show you this statue one of these days. When you're looking at the stones, you got 1%ers that put certain things on TV and make it seem like, oh, you're supposed to buy this clear. Those are 1% stones. The best ones, the elites already have it. Like Ross, it's ancient money. They already got that put up. They never asked who got Solomon's money, who got Genghis Khan money, who got those. You think it just disappeared? So it's somewhere put up. Now, at the same time, the same place, we do ourselves a disservice when we act like these other stones aren't just as valuable, especially when you can put your art to it. Like I said, you can carve ruby, you can do anything with these stones.
Tribe, like we got a technical difficulty. I'm not sure what happened with the Wi-Fi or something or what. But like bro, screen froze. Let me see. I'm gonna see if he's gonna come back in or not. But I know it's definitely a lot of look, I guess it's all the energy, man. All that Ogun energy, kind of got the technology going haywire, man. Got the technology going haywire a little bit, Tribe. But I'm gonna see. Okay, I think he might be back. Hold on one second.
Oh, you ain't heard nothing I said, huh?
Nah, but listen, it's funny because you froze, brother. You froze like you was in midair.
Bro, you ain't heard nothing I said?
No, but when you froze, I'm like, I said, man, listen, hold up. Let me pull him off. I was like, I think that, look, we were talking too heavy about Ogun, bro. I'm like, I think he got the doggone internet going haywire, bro. Like, because it just froze.
I hope that it does show, but if it didn't, that's gonna be real funny if they didn't show nothing I just said, because that's crazy.
On my end, it froze. Now I heard the last thing I was hearing you saying, like you was talking about the emerald stone and how, saying they want us to think about it in one form or whatever, and then like I heard a little bit more and then it just froze. I'm like, damn. So
catch me on Patreon.
Yes. Listen, but look, that's a sign from spirit, bro. Like real talk. But with that, let me bring a couple of these questions to the floor real quick before we get out of here, bro. Because we're definitely gonna tap into the Patreon this week for sure. I'll get with you on that off air so we can line that up too. But let me bring a couple questions up real quick because we had a good one. We had a lot of them actually. My apologies for not being able to keep up with everybody tried, but it was a lot of comments. Y'all was going ham in that thing, man. So I'm gonna work on getting some assistance with doing that. But I want to bring this one up because this is a real good one. I'm sure a lot of other people probably might have the same question. So the Unique Tribe said, Grand Knight, would you recommend top 5 crystals?
Now, if we was in a basic situation, we was with basic people, I would give you a whole different list. But this is a spiritual channel, and I feel like people, for especially spiritual people that do rituals, and I think that we all got the same goals. We want to see each other with land. We want to see each other in peace. We want to see each other with nature. Top 5 to get something done with your spiritual ascension and getting stuff done with your spells, your rituals. Motivate gets it done fast. It eliminates all obstacles. An obstacle might sometimes be people that you're laying up with. It pushes people out your life that's not supposed to be in your life. Case in point. Motivate. Turquoise is so you're always walking with your ancestors. This is the spiritual community. We should always have turquoise on no matter what, because it helps you walk with your ancestors. It communicates with spirits, like even nature around you. Plus, it's copper-based stone. Copper helps you in so many different ways. You have to do research on copper. 3 would be 3. Let me see. 3, I would say, me personally, ruby. 3, I would go ruby because me in the job that I have in this realm, ruby helps me get it done. It helps me 1, solar charge. 2, express myself. 3, it protects you from spiritual energies that are sent against you. It's its own strong. It's a very powerful manifestation stone too. Like if you hold ruby in your hand, and I know they don't like me when I say this, but sometimes cut yourself. I know it sounds crazy sometimes, but sometimes if you give your stones blood, because it is ancient blood, it magnifies and helps you manifest. But you got to be on some really royal stuff. You know what I'm saying? They call it the king of gemstones for a reason. Where are we at? Was that three? So I need 4.
I think that was 3.
So 4, I would say rhodocrossite. I gotta keep saying rhodocrossite because our community needs healing. Our women need healing. So look up rhodocrossite. It's a little stronger. It's a lot stronger than rose quartz. So rhodocrossite heals emotional and trauma and different kind of traumas. Everybody's been through trauma. Everybody's been through trauma. Everybody's been through trauma. We've all been hurt, but we got to handle it in different ways. So it helps you, one, heal yourself, forgive yourself, love yourself, and like I said, heal yourself again. So you got that the emotional intelligence and knowledge of self to know that you need healing. A lot of people don't know they need healing. A lot of people don't know what they don't know until somebody let them know they know it. So rhodocrossite is a beautiful stone. I think we should tap into. Damn, she said top 5. I would have to get you some shungite in your house. Protect your womb. Protect these women. Like the carbon-based stone. And there's so many different crystals and stones out there you can use. But shungite protects your home from electromagnetic frequencies. I keep black stones around my house because one thing OG said when things started going crazy in the universe, he said before you do anything else, make sure the altars in your home are straight. Elevate the altars in your home, and I elevated them through stones that produce energy throughout my house. They call it in Asia they call it feng shui, I believe.
Feng shui, your feng shui, yep, feng shui. Yep.
At the same time, we have our own juju. So if you got certain stones in the corners of your houses and the windows and seals, it ping pong energy, protects energy. Shungite, you most definitely want to get into shungite. I want to protect, like if we saying we the military, we the tribe, we everything else. Here, I'll give you the game. Shungite, protect yourself. Put shungite on your cell phone. Put shungite on your kids' laptops or their things. So you're at least combating like half of the battle. It breaks down at least anywhere from 65 to 75% of EMF. EMF is giving y'all fibroid tumors. Every time you put your cell phone right here, every time you got your cell phone right here or in your back pocket, or you're putting yourself in jeopardy of cancer. Every time you're eating.
But remember, you gotta remember. Allegedly, we're gonna allegedly, you know what I'm saying? Because we're not doctors. We ain't diagnosing enough. We're just saying allegedly for entertainment purposes only. But we gotta tomorrow. Let's do a I'll work with you. Like depending on your schedule tomorrow, I really want to do a private call because everything that you're saying goes in alignment with what Spirit was telling me, and 2 of the things that I know that I got to be obedient to is like tapping, like I said, being more engaged with the community. But also with that, there's the Ori. Like I wanna share with the tribe some different practices with the Ori too, man. Like the mind's eye and that, you know what I mean. But since we're talking about Ori, this is the last piece. I'm gonna bring this one up because this one got the skull with the I forgot what crystals it was in it, but I'm gonna definitely look into doing. I was supposed to do a live tomorrow, so depending on the schedule and the time, I might reschedule that to do this private community call because I really have to do these, like really to tap in. You feel me? So it's like I want to go all the way in, but I want to go all the way there. You know what I'm saying? Like for us to take it there because that's what Spirit kind of put in my ears. So it's like I want to do that for sure, but I want to make sure we can do it unapologetically and do, you know what I'm saying? Do it the way it's supposed to be done. Yeah, but with that, what was it? Did you get all 5 of them?
I was breaking down the shungite that is with, but I was telling you why. But yeah, I think I did give all 5 because, like I said, it's 1,000 stones you can have. It depends on what you need. Now that's my top tier. Like I said, we could have went lower tier and said a bunch of other stones that's good for your journey. Tigerite, clear quartz, rose quartz, amethyst. Amethyst is very underrated. We can go financial and say what's the best stones we should invest in years because they're not going to be around no more. Larimar from the Dominican Republic is mined out. They took it all. Rhodocrossite is mined out. They took it all. They're buying it and they're doing what they want to do. China bought it all. Tanzanite from Tanzania. They killed the president for this stone. Look up Tanzanite, and if you think it's meant, well, never mind. You said we'll talk about it. Okay, Tanzanite. Look up Tanzanite. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's what I'm saying. Like this, the thing. So me and you, we know what it is, right? So we gotta, you know.
Yo, so
we got it. Okay, so like if there's an interception thrown, we're gonna fall back and get, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna bring the defense back out and we're gonna get out there and get the ball back so we can go ahead, you know what I'm saying, get in the end zone because we know this interception is being thrown. Huh?
The brother, I don't know his name. I think it was something consciousness. he said, if you know something about the 13th,
yeah. I'm gonna bring it back up. 13th.
You'll know Mr. Stone. So I guess he was on the Philosopher's Stone thing, but there's an option to it. But all of them are dark matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the whole language in itself. If anybody know about those 3 dark matter stones or dark energy stones, but
I right here, right?
And you do the research to it.
You talking about that one right there?
Yeah. So one, the stone that fell out, and Supreme Consciousness, look up the stone that fell out of Lucifer's crown, which I've been saying a couple times already, was moldavite. The stone that fell out of Lucifer's crown is a ticksite known as moldavite. You can look that up. I know you might have, and you know what I'm saying, there's a bunch of different ones, but the stone that fell out of Lucifer's crown, the first stone at the mother's feet, was moldavite. Whereas these other dark matter stones, this is Centimani stone. Look up the pop. Yeah, this is a juju. This is an indigenous futurism power tools, right? This is called Columbianite. I can't paraphrase it. Look up Columbianite. Centimani stone, Columbianite, and you really can't see it through the light, but Columbianite and agnemanitite. No, this is my Centimani. That's right. You can tell the difference. That's my Centimani. This my agnemanitite. This is my. I think that's my agnemanitite. Anyway, 3 carbon-based stones. Look up the Philosopher's Stone. They're so much alike, but the only difference between them and the 4th stone would be moldavite as a green stone. But these stones, once put together, you can manifest a lot of different things. You got to do the research on this. Think about it. Why did you asking me about stones? Maybe we should ask Hitler about his gemstone collection. Did you hear me? How we talking about the esoteric things? There's people that they're keeping us in the dark, but there's realms of people that use these stones and everything else for all sorts of different things. Man, we would have to really go on the Patreon, because it was like I'd have to really just go into my notes and just find how many ancient things that they got going on with these crystal technology and these pyramids and everything else. These pyramids.
But that's what we're gonna do, though. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to do it. Like, I have to do it, because that, like I said, that's what was conveyed to me. So I'm not even gonna play with that, like for real. But real quick, I got like 1 or 2 more questions too, bro. There was another one that I saw. Damn it, I just had it. I want to bring that one up too, because it was a good one. It was somebody was asking. Okay, here it is. Chloe Dior. Shout out to Chloe Dior. I think she was with us riding for the 3-peat weekend too. But what book? I think it was the book that you shared with Chloe. If you don't mind putting which book you were talking about, because you shared a couple different books, but I remember when you shared one of them. It might have been that one, but you shared another couple too. So
if we get this book right here and we get on, we all on page, we all on code with each other. If we get on code and say this should be a required reading for those that know, for those that are serious about knowing, this is the first book, and then I'll tell you about the next book after. If we master this book, then you're ready for the next book. But then again, you might not even be ready for the next book. Everybody ain't ready for the next book. But this book right here is the Bible to everything we just talked about tonight. Whereas this book is a lot of spells. Or
that might be the one, if I'm not mistaken. When I can't remember, because there's been so many comments. They've been turning up, and shout out to somebody in the tribe was like, "Yo, shout out to everybody in the comments for keeping it like respectful and you know what I'm saying, high vibrational energy." I can't remember who it was, but shout out to you for even saying that for me. I appreciate that, because it really is love. Like everybody going ham, but just showing love, like building. It's dope. So
I can see it, man. That's dope. That book last. It is a ritual book, but let me show you some love right now. I'm not gonna shoot you out there half-ass. That book is a ritual book, but it's not telling you to study the ritual. Don't just do the ritual. Sometimes study the ritual. If they tell you to do this and this will happen, you don't know how to feed these things you're talking to. You don't know how to make friends with these things you don't talk to. You need incense. You need certain tobacco. You need all sorts of different things that are spiritual tools, including stones, to really communicate with these things, because they're not talking English. They're not talking Spanish. They really don't do too much talking. They talk different. So you got to be able to communicate, make these things know that you cool. Like, so don't like when that was a spiritual book. This one is way more in depth with why you're doing the ritual, why we carve the stones, the energy that happens once you carve the stones. You see what I'm saying? This one tells you about the truth about the zodiac sign and how they mix certain. That's why so many people have so many different zodiac stones, because they kind of play with the zodiac a little bit. And they set things off a little bit because they were trying to disrespect the matriarch. Now that's a whole different thing. But And this is a map for how you map those stones with your chakras. That's ancient information from all around our Naga. Like each Naga civilization is on the same type thing. Like you just said, they have black granite. The name of the stone isn't granite, it's black granite. The name of the stone isn't basalt, it's black basalt. And they specifically use these stones, melted these stones. We said they carved them, but they really melted them. But that's a whole nother story. They actually, you know what I'm saying, melted them. And I can prove that too. But we thinking they carved them, or we thinking these people are stupid. They didn't have no metal tools. We listen to other people tell us about us. They're saying they didn't have metal tools. These people knew vibration. They knew magnetism. They knew how to manipulate matter.
Magnetism alone, bro, and levitation. Like the magnetism is, people don't know. Magnetism is what, like, that's okay.
The window to the universe.
What is his name? Okay, y'all look up. Okay, everybody knows Tesla, but y'all check out the dude in Florida, Leadskin. I forgot his first name, but he built a whole goddamn Stonehenge on his property right here in Florida, and he did it by himself. Like
Coral Castle. Coral Castle.
Nah, this was a white dude. He was an extraterrestrial, I believe. His name was something Leadskin. But he used the pyramid builders technology, bro. He built a Stonehenge right here in Florida. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember his first name, something Leadskin. But anyway,
you can hear me?
Sound technology and magnetism, sound wave, sound frequency to maneuver tons, stones that weigh tons, bro.
Hey, you can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
It's Coral Castle. That's down South Florida.
Coral Castle.
Yeah, that's
okay.
it.
I was talking about the dude that built it. I didn't know what they called it, but he had the store. I mean, he had the damn door, bro.
Who built it? You see what I'm saying? Huh? Once you look it up, they're gonna tell you exactly who built it, because that's the only reason they allowed it to stay. If it was anybody else that built it, but that wasn't his technology. He got that technology. Find out who his teacher was. That's when you impress me.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't have to do that, but I don't have to do that to appreciate the genius, because I'm gonna tell you where I'm gonna take this. Mike Tyson. I was a little boy watching Mike Tyson, but when I tell you I saw greatness at the highest level, I knew right then and there, I'm like, yo, this dude is a monster. Where the hell do you get a monster who's that big, that fast, and that strong, and can move the way he moves like a cat for real? They don't call him the Catskill Paul for nothing. Like,
you said
Iron Mike, nigga, Ogun energy again. Like, stop playing. So when I saw him, I was like, yo, who is this dude's teacher? And then I saw and met who Customato was. So it's like, you know, like, bro, when you talk about the teachers, but yeah, listen,
I'm loving
it earlier. I ain't never gonna pop my collar, but I'm gonna sure as hell pop my teachers' collars though.
No, bro, like right now, like I say, we've been talking for a minute, so I know we tired. But at the same time, it's the vibe is just amazing, where you can have these conversations, where you can have real intelligent conversations. Because at one point in time, nobody that looked like us wanted to have this conversation. And then you got to also realize, I went to certain tribes, or whatever, and I got turned around because my black ass, you don't get your black ass from over here. We'll play with you a little bit, but once they realized who they were teaching, they got rid of me from a lot of this shit. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, boom. What I'm doing is, the information is there for you. And once we all get on this information, shout out to Women Make Heaven. Follow his page, because he's big on magnetism. He's big on magnetism. I do a lot of different lectures with him on my YouTube, Orisha Stone, Esoteric TV. But each one of these stones has a purpose. Number one, study yourself, have knowledge of self, and understand what you even need the stone for in the first place, and what you're trying to manifest. You see what I'm saying? And I'm also, I'm the bookman. I also got to throw a couple other ones in there. Just because the economy's fucked up, they've been told you what's going on. Yusuf Muhammad, Orisha Stone, do they speak telepathically and in symbols? They do. They do both. The symbols are the sacred geometry. You can see them. You most definitely can see it in. It depends. Like if you're asking me about, yes, the answer is yes. They'll wake you up in your sleep. Motorbite literally pulses you. Motorbite. When I first got my first piece of motorbite, I told you I got it because a friend of mine started a business. My mom gave me a bunch of stones, so I might as well sell them. You know what I'm saying? She's been trying to get me to sell them for forever. I just didn't take it serious. So my business, you see what I'm saying? Now, in the process of that, my homeboy was like, he knew I was kind of throwed off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So he told me about motorbite. I went and got a piece of motorbite.
I'm sorry. Whoa. I gotta respectfully intervene, and I'm gonna say, listen, throw it off. or throw it in, because I know people who love me that really, really know me, they say I'm thrown off. They say I'm a few eggs short of a dozen. They say, you know what I'm saying, I'm a few hours short of a day. Like I'm a few seconds short of a minute. Like they say I'm, you know what I'm saying? And I'm cool with that. I appreciate that because I know they're saying it out of sheer love because they know me. So I don't really agree with that throw it off. We different. I feel like we look, a shout out to Queen Jane Wilson with the frequency. I think we operate on a kind of similar frequency. So for me, I'm like, I ain't throw it off. I'll throw it in. Like I just see things. I move. You know, I'm different. I'm happy with that. But you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be the same. I'm good with being thrown off.
The power of a name is crazy. One thing we have to understand: the intention of everything you do is powerful, especially when you name. My mom named me something that means pressure. My mom likes stones. My mom named me the equivalent of pressure. You see what I'm saying? So my life was like on that pressure aspect. And in pressure, sometimes you do crazy stuff or whatever, but the pressure is what makes these carbon-based stones, these diamonds, these different, you know what I'm saying? So she knew what she was doing. Yeah, but in doing so, what was the initial question?
Hell, I don't know, man. We just riding. We just rolling, man. Like the energy, like for real.
Just talk about my mom, like shout out Chocolate Diamond. Just on some serious thing. She wire rap. She was really into the stones. And then when she passed, that's who like passed it down to me. So shout out to the matriarch on that aspect. You know what I'm saying? She did stuff for TV people before, type, you know what I'm saying? So she she's from Philly, so she did stuff for people all around Philadelphia. So
you mean she does stuff and she do stuff because she's still here. I feel it, like straight up. Like I feel the ancestors, but they've been very,
You say how do you compare, like how do you, the sacred geometry aspect of it is a map, right?
Yeah.
Readings confirm sometimes or remind us of what we already know. The thing about it is I was always into the serpent energy before we knew anything about zodiacs or anything else. I was always into the so-called serpent energy. I was always into this damn extra stuff, right? My mom was born November 2nd. My mom was in the military. She's been to war. She can blow your leg up, put it back on. I told you before. She was born November 2nd. She is Oya energy. She was she passed days before my son was born, and I saw her again, you know what I'm saying, the clouds and like an elephant. That was one of her things. She was always teaching me all these different symbols and elephants. So I say that to say, just doing more research, knowledge yourself, doing research on who my mama was. My mom was born in 64. I told you all those years when people really do the numerology or doing the numbers or the sacred geometry of it, because that's all it is. The numbers is going off that sacred geometry. The number says she was a, guess what her Chinese zodiac was?
What?
A wood dragon.
That's not a coincidence.
Before I knew anything about anything, my mom had already, even when the brother was saying something about the 13, my name is the 13th letter. And she said that each one of my line will be after that 13th letter, and it's for a reason. So it's just sacred matriarch knowledge that's been given to us that we've forgotten, that we got to remind ourselves with. That say once you understand that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. She put me on a lot of that. So shout out to that. But in healing and stuff like that, you wanna amethyst, rotocross stuff like that, and that's a big thing we got to do is heal and get past stuff. When I was spiraling out and didn't know what to do, there's a lot of situations that a lot of people that like helped me to get to my, and this ain't even my final form type thing. You know what I'm saying? We still crystallized. We still trying. You know what I'm saying? We still growing. Crystals are growing every day. So anything else, big dog?
Yeah, shout out to the crystal children, the star seeds, you know, all the children of the universal prime creator, the 100, almost 200, or however many people we had here with us tonight, man. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with us. So we definitely appreciate each and every last single one of y'all in these Ashe streaks. Yeah, man, like, yeah, this is powerful. Yes, sir. I see it. That's a shrine right there, boy. That is a shrine right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's get the Lions Gate manifest well. This full moon manifest well. Respect to the Nagas. Respect to the Monte. If you know, you know. On that draconian path. Yeah, man, you got to be in the stones. If they're in the draconian path, everybody's talking about the Naga and everything else. The draconian path automatically talks about gemstones anyway. Like all our sacred weapons and stuff, they already breaking down. That's why they call the Dorje the indestructible diamond. You see what I'm saying? So now we can tap into this forever and a day and be talking, and we might miss points and everything else. But yeah, every stone is powerful once you know what to do with it. It might not do nothing for you if you don't know what to do with it. But other than that, guy, man, appreciation for letting us get it out, man.
Yes,
check
sir.
out Gemstone on our YouTube page. We most definitely gonna keep some good content up for y'all. Check us out on the Patreon. Please subscribe to the man. $4.99. He's trying to give $1 million game for $4.99. We can go deeper than. We can start talking about jinns and controlling jinns and different spirits and how these legions are controlled through. We can talk about all that if you want to.
Yes, sir. But
we don't want to put that out there just for anybody because you know what I'm saying. They might be out here releasing jinns saying the wrong shit. So
look, hey, bro, you're saying some real shit, man. Like, because it really is like some millions of dollars per game. Like it really, really, really is. Like, shout out to my teachers because I got some teachers, boy, that you know what I'm saying. but huh?
Everything working, God. Everything working.
Yeah. Shout out to the Igungun. Shout out to the ancestors. Shout out to the Orisha. Shout out to Ifa's Oshe Ifa Day today. Like shout out to Tahuti. Shout out to the ancient Kemetic deities. To all the deities, man. To you know. To,
Black August. Overstand what Black August is. Shout out to the warriors. The warriors that fought for the people. Shout out Ogun. Shout out Shout out Malachi Z. York. Shout out Larry Hoover. Shout out to all the people that were doing something to try to help our people in a time when, like, these people they got boot the ass. They not letting up. They're attacking our babies. They doing a lot of different stuff, man. Protect yourself, mind, body, and soul. How do you do that? The same way they told you in the Bible, the basic instructions before leaving Earth. They told you exactly how to do it. They told you about the obsidians. They told you about all these different stones, all these different things. So protect your energy. Protect, like you said, that DNA strand is we going up, baby. We going up. We going into the spiritual plane. The emerald is that green and black stone. I know we might have missed some of that, but that's that green and black stone. The pure source of emerald is green and black stone. Everything good. War and love.
Yeah. This was it was a powerful bill, man, for real. Like it, and shout out to the ancestors because, like I said, they definitely been they've been very present. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm being obedient and by just definitely paying the truest homage and the truest the highest reverence and respect because the ancestors are they're here. Like real talk. Like, you know what I mean? So that's why, like, you about to name to your moms too, bro, because I know my grandmothers and all my ancestors right here, like, they chilling. Like, I mean, but we went from,
if I was to show you my bloodline, I just showed you my mama. But if you knew my bloodline, you would trip the fuck out. Like a lot of people it's a lot of stuff going on. And once you knowledge, the most important thing, I'm gonna start it the way I'm gonna end it the same way we started it. Knowledge of self. Once you know who you are, that means studying your DNA strand, and your DNA strand ain't gonna look one way and it ain't gonna look like nobody else's. It's very unique to yourself. So once you understand what that unique pattern is, you'll be able to then tap into whatever stone you want to do, and it'll help you manifest, magnify, and everything else, big dog. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it. That's all I got, big dog.
Yeah, boy. Yeah. So with that, shout out to the tribe. Listen, and shout out to IET. Shout out to all the revolutionary energy. Shout out to all the Leos. Shout out to the Lionsgate portal. Shout out to the lions, and the lionesses because it's a real thing, bro.
It was all hell segment, all hell but say. I'm sorry. I remember one of the things we were talking about before it froze. The same in a lion and a serpent that you learn through the Lionsgate portal is to shed. We're getting better than we were yesterday. We're shedding our old skin and coming to this whole new entity in the age of Aquarius. You know what I'm saying? Cats shed their skin. Lions and certain cats have the slit eyes. Only felines and snakes have that same slit eye effect. The lion is the dragon. The lion is the son of the Sophia. The lion is the great primordial dragon. So it's just on this 3D realm. So all hell segment, man. We're in that Lionsgate portal. Manifest well, manifest matriarch energy, manifest black love again, manifest black power again. Don't be scared of that, man. It's spirituality, revolutionizing spirituality, indigenous futurism way, bro. I get excited about that shit. You know what I'm saying? This indigenous futurism. We about to take it to a whole new. We can't stay in the past. We about to take it. What we gonna do into the future? So, yeah. That's all I got, G.
I say, oh. And when you said segment, if I'm not mistaken, I believe her Ifa personification would be Ye or Ya. So shout out to Ye Yansa. This is the time of change. This is a 9-year, and we did drop them flames. So with that, air flammer hit it with the flames. You can't make this up. This really live, people. Like listen, like you can deny the lie, but you can't hide the truth. The truth is here. We're here now. So
no,
with that,
I love your channel, man. Shout out to everybody. I couldn't see the comments, but shout out to everybody because I know some of them they be showing love on my other channel and everything else. They showing love, bro. And that's more important than all the hate. Like we be acknowledging people that show hate. No, there's some people in these comments
I don't give nothing that I don't, you know what I'm saying, I don't really give it no commentary, no energy, because I speak on what I want and what I love, and I do not on what I don't, because it ain't worth it. To me, it ain't worthy. You feel me? Like, this is what's worthy, because this tribe, bro, this tribe ain't just on this channel. I see this tribe, a lot of these same faces, these same names, these same, you know what I'm saying, folks, these same tribe members. I see them on other channels too. Like, we moving as a real collective unit, as a tribe. So it's like,
I know I talk fast. I'm geeky as hell. I'm geeky. Can you hear me? Yeah, I know I talk geeky as hell, right? But run it back. Sometimes when I'm saying, because I might not articulate my words all the way perfect. You know, I'm like Moses. If we understand, Moses wasn't the greatest speaker. That's why he had Aaron do the speaking for him. But Moses got shit done. But Musa. But the thing about it is, like, bro, the network that we're creating right now is a real thing. It's powerful. You see what I'm saying? We keep building this network and manifesting and doing what we're supposed to do. We ain't got to worry about nobody else, what nobody else got going on. Keep showing love. Damn, I lost my thought for a second because somebody just called my phone.
Nah, that's all good. Like, it's divine time, bro. Like, that's I'm gonna leave it at that. Keep showing love and keep building, because even
this page is so powerful. That's why I'm giving y'all, like, run it back. That's what I'm thinking. Run it back. Listen to what we're telling you, because you can use these things to really change your life. I got people that can bear witness to this. I bear witness to this. My family can bear witness to this. You see what I'm saying? So the first thing we have to do, knowledge yourself and heal thyself. After you do all that, then we start talking about finding the universe and becoming Superman and Ogun and all these other damn great entities and energies. You know what I'm saying? Tapping into this stuff for real. We can save Big Mama instead of letting Big Mama let the doctors get her. If we get into these herbs and all these other things and ritualistic things and magnetism and everything else, it's right there for us. This is medicine. This is really spiritual technology. Well, you're right. We're not gonna say medicine. We're just gonna say spiritual technology.
But we're gonna bounce back in the Patreon. But real quick before we got here too, because excuse me, the tribe, like I said, the tribe. And so if you can throw out your and I'll put it in the description, but just for the sake of being in the now, if you can throw out your IG and your YouTube handle for the tribe, so they can follow you and check you out on your networks as well.
It's gonna be the same on all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Threads, because it's all connected. Like when I post one thing on one page, it posts on all of them. So you can connect on YouTube, Esoteric Free Gems, Orisha Stone. I'll show y'all a quick piece real quick. We handcraft everything else. Like I said, the stone's gonna do what the stone's gonna do. The stone is gonna do what it's already prescribed to do when it's prescribed it's prescribed for whatever time that you need it. All we do is put our art to it. That's it. Let me show you. Hold on.
But while you do that, look at the power in this though, because shout out to Hanan. I hope I'm saying it right, but they was like, yo, no coincidence. As soon as I'm lighting my segment altar, her name came up. That's the power of the energy though. Like that's what's dope about it. Like you can't make this up. Like everybody ain't gonna see this like in real time, but this a real live stream where you seeing real divine energy flowing throughout the channel.
Yeah, yes, this one. And it's just paying respect. Sometimes everybody take from the earth or whatever, but when do you pay respect back? Like artists, right? But this is my art. So literally, this represents Oshun. But guess what? Some people might not know what Oshun is. They just know the energy. Like Malachi Ziyor said, sometimes you got to give them what they want so you can learn what you can bring. You know what I'm saying? So that represents that Oshun energy. That's golden healer quartz, bumblebee jasper, topaz, and an ammonite. So there's other stuff on here too, but like I say, it's not for me to tell the whole piece on the piece, because it might be for somebody else. Whereas something like this, like I said, we really about the matriarch and getting our women back to where they need to be, and letting them know that don't fall for this fake CIA shit they got on the TV. So this watermelon tourmaline, rose quartz, rhodochrosite, like I say, these are kind of rare stones. That watermelon tourmaline and everything else, that's a rare stone, but it's also still tourmaline. Look up watermelon tourmaline. So it's still a tourmaline. It still gives that same energy of protection, but it's protecting your heart. The elephant up on there has the trunk up. My mom always said the trunk up represents good prosperity. So this is the Ankh. The Ankh is what? That's a key. Is what are you manifesting? You're manifesting love. You're manifesting healing. You're manifesting triumph, abundance. Rhodochrosite is the moon right here on this rhodochrosite is healing. Garden quartz because would you let anybody just come to your garden and dig in your garden? No, right? So that garden quartz is just like that. It's protecting your chakras. Don't let nobody spiritually get in your garden or go to your heart in your garden. And it's the same thing: jade, healing, prosperity, rose quartz, and morganite. Morganite's on there too. So I don't like just using basic stones. I want to use some stuff that they ain't never seen before. So yeah, like I say, we can always play about different grades of stones because I want more people that know about the stones so we can really play with it. Like look at morganite. Like if we're gonna start playing with stones, if we're gonna really be that, I'm not about to go spend $50 on some rose quartz. Love rose quartz. I'm not about to go spend. Let me go get some morganite. If we really gonna talk about some Oshun, if we really gonna talk about some real stuff, let me go get some morganite. I guarantee your ancestors are gonna love some morganite. I guarantee it. Tiger Eye controls jinns and controls different spirits. So, and that's just some of them. Like I said, we do all sorts of stuff. It don't always have to be pendants. We always use copper, brass, gold, silver, whatever you want to pay for. It's literally what you want to pay for. Somebody say you're expensive. I can't really tell you how to price it considering this is a one and done. I created it. You know what I'm saying? You get what you get. But I've seen people in other places sell tumble stones for more. So one thing about it, you get something that these can be statement pieces, or you can get dainty pieces. We have dainty pieces for people that like you might want to wear it at work.
Like this one? Or is this a male? Is this a masculine piece or is this a feminine piece?
I'd say that was more feminine energy. That's more like I say, those are for like a river, somebody that's trying to connect with rivers or water. I would say ocean energy, but it's bigger than just ocean energy.
Got you.
But yeah, man, we can do this all day. You can go to our Instagram, email us, or whatever. Hit us up on like if you hit us up on Instagram, you can direct message us. That's probably the best way to hit us because we get a lot of. And I don't want to miss out on nobody. I want to do it for everybody, but you got to understand too. We're handcrafting these. We're taking our time on each piece, and we don't want to rush through your pieces. If I rush through it, it'll be basic like a lot of other people's stuff. So I want to take my time with it, so I know exactly how to make sure it's helping whoever's designed to help. So I'm not rushing. So if you hit me up and I don't hit you right back up, you know what I'm saying? Like just hit me up. You know what I'm saying? We'll figure it out. But that's why if that's what I'm saying it to say, that's why if I don't hit you right back, we have a lot going on, man. We have a lot going on. So and I try to keep inventory. It's an economy. Economy is what your network is bringing because I send my pieces over there to you. You're sending pieces. You're starting. You do events, don't it? When's the next time you do an event?
Oof. You know, that's funny that you say that. I got a few in the works, but I haven't had any dates. Like they ain't locked in, like they not official. So I really don't like to speak on anything until it's official. Matter of fact, it's funny because even on the live stream last night, I was sharing with the tribe that I was working on locking in the watch party for Professor Kaba's Negas and Kemet documentary that he just released. And I didn't want to say nothing because we talked about it, but it was locked in. Long story short, that's locked in for next Saturday, the 16th for the tribe, because we got kind of heavy tonight. There's a lot of people probably here that wasn't here in the beginning, but we're doing that on the 16th, the watch party virtual event. And then I'm working on a few other ones in person that I haven't locked in yet. So, but either way it goes, I'm working on making it happen. Matter of fact, we got some stuff we got to catch up on too with some, some possibilities that you let me know about as well. And shout out to you. Like I said, I do got a lot of pieces, and I saw the tribe in there talking about like the different pieces and all that. So, let me know if, whatever we got to do to make it happen, like to get them out there to the people, because we got a lot of them.
Like if you can't get in contact with me, you can get in contact with brother. He sells the pieces. If you said somebody had a botanica, if you have a black-owned business and you want to do business, let's do barter trade. We have to get back into these traditional culture. So I most definitely have stuff all over. We're gonna have stuff in Timbuktu, in Atlanta. We have stuff with this brother right here. We're gonna have stuff. I'm trying to be in every black-owned store. I'm trying to be in every esoteric black-owned store. You know what I'm saying? Let me be y'all jeweler. That's it. Like, let me be the jeweler. We ain't trying to do nothing else besides give you the spiritual tools and esoteric fashion and make it look good. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me write my piece too, man. Because this one, every time I wear it, bro, it's like it is. Shout out to Michelle Aubrey. It is top. They said it looked like top shelf quality. It really is, and I ain't like lobbying for nothing that I don't rock with. I'm just gonna be real. I just can't do it. It don't sit right with my spirit. And we could be real about it too, real quick on the way out. Like you remember when we was first talking about doing what we're doing with the pieces and me getting something, and you was like, bro, you gonna wear it? You gonna wear it? Like you remember we were like, I'm like, bro, like and I said the same thing I just said. I'm like, bro, I'm not going. If I wasn't going to rock it and like rock with it for real, I ain't gonna put it on there. I'm gonna be real with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm telling you, like, I'm gonna rock it because I fuck with it for real. Like, that's exactly what I said off air, and I'm saying it on air, huh?
You bear witness not just to how it looks, you can bear witness to how it feels. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can bear witness to the experience that you have when you go wherever you go, when you travel. Wear it. See what kind of experience, how people treat you with your piece on. Two, somebody said something about the top quality pieces. I take time to. I'm dealing with different pieces, different people that got different access to different stones. So, like I said, I'm not giving you a rose quartz for the price that some people give you rose quartz. I give you kunzite. We give you morganite. We give you stones that look these stones up. They're rare stones. They're amazing stones. Watermelon tourmaline. If you already know stones, then you already know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? This isn't just citrine. This is golden healer. This is golden healer with topaz, imperial topaz, golden healer, bumblebee jasper. I'm not trying to give you the basics. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to take it to the next level. So that way, it's like you have technology, like Dr. Double Blair said, but we disguise it as just jewelry. We disguise it like it just is what it is. But it's sacred geometry. It's healing my body. It's protecting me from the different energies. It's guiding me. It's doing what it's supposed to do, and it look good doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, God, man, what you got?
That's it, man.
Appreciate
shout
you.
out. Oh yeah, for sure.
Support too, by the way. Don't think that we're appreciative.
Oh yeah, no, I already know, man. They listen. They let us know on the channel. Not just me. They let everybody know on the channel every day. Like the comments be going crazy. So that's why I like. And shout out to my MOD, the Mystic, for joining the channel. Like we appreciate you. We appreciate the love and support. But that's really what it's about. Like we showing love. It's reciprocity, circulating the black dollar. So that's a real thing, man.
I know we keep on about to tap out, but two things. One, again, I say you're important because once you throw these events, you're doing what they say, grassroots events. So these that you're not trying to overcharge the people like other events. Like you go to Essence Festival, $500 to win, and we are. You were saying we can go into that a whole nother day, but all these other festivals that are trying to take over the culture and then cash us out. Whereas you're doing an event and we're up there with Professor James Small and you charge us $50. One, if you have a business, this is what we need to do. We need to do more community events right here in our area. We don't have to fly everywhere else. We should have events everywhere, wherever you're at, and we should have our own chain, especially if you doing some real. Even if 10 people come out, 20 people come out, it'll grow. Send it to us. We'll support it. We'll promote it. We'll do all that, bro. We need more events. We need more things that's supporting us. We need our own flea markets. We need our own farmers. We need everything right now. So now's the perfect time to come together. This brother, he does events. When you do an event, man, pop out support. He said he'll do some more events if you go ahead and tap into his Patreon and pay that $4.99, bro. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, we trying to do the Serpent. Tap into this brother for $4.99. Help this brother, support this brother, man. Build this brother up so he can help get these other master teachers on here. Because y'all fake ones gonna be on there talking about the master teacher just passed away. Oh, but guess what? You got all this locked information. Rod just said he's about to go missing for a while. He's about to get them stop talking for a minute. What if he don't come back? Guess what? You got information. We just did a live. Go to my if you fucking with like some dope information. Go check out me and Rod's last live or any of my lives. Really, like we always trying to put out something that can benefit and help us in life. You know what I'm saying? So the group economic thing is a real thing. The black economic thing is a real thing. We got to get like if you really rocking with it when he posted up, put your business in there. Don't just like comment. Put your business. If you got a business in the comments, that's very important to us. Like we got to start networking on a whole nother level right now. This is
real.
Strategic. Strategic. We got to start strategizing on another level and getting. You know what I'm saying? But that's another.
Yeah. Nah, and I'm gonna share. This is the last question, but I feel like it's a legit one. So, and shout out to everybody else who had questions too. Y'all have some grace for your boy, man, because it was a lot. Y'all, the tribe was tribing. I appreciate that for real. I really do. But this one I feel like is a legitimate one that I could sign off with as far as the questions, because they were saying he was saying Azik 9, I believe. I hope I'm saying it right, but Azik 9 was saying, are there instructions for wearing the pieces? Like, if you want to tap in, like, is there any instructions for the pieces?
Excuse me. Yes. Just like you said, bro, every stone, what we're doing, what you're paying us for is just that we know the chemistry of the gemstones. That's it. We know how to put the stones together without messing you up. If you put certain stones with other stones, a lot of people wear a bunch of bracelets on the arm and it's a bunch of random different stones. It's certain stones like you don't mix garnet and ruby. That'll mess up your day. That'll mess up your month. That'll mess up your year. You see what I'm saying? There's certain stones you don't wear. There's certain stones you don't wear while you're being negative. There's certain stones. So yeah, to answer your question, each piece, yeah. Like if you're wearing a quartz piece, like you're looking at a quartz piece, that quartz piece has diamonds in the eyes. That means it's magnifying the energy that you can program. And I say this all the time, when you're looking at rappers, they're talking about death, they're talking about murder, they're talking about all this evil shit that these people are paying them to say. They have diamonds and gold in their mouth, so they're magnetizing this energy. That's why a lot of them are ending up dead. You see what I'm saying? The ancestors know this. That's why they use gold and silver on certain days. They use this when they're doing rituals. They do this when they're talking to the Most High. They do this when they're talking to the ancient ancestors, stuff like this. This is when they're wearing their stones and stuff of this nature. Of course, everything is manipulating everything else. But yeah, to answer your question in short, yes, everything has a purpose. What we did was already put the chemistry of stones together. So you already know this is solar plate. All the stones on here are solar plate stones. You can look them up. Look up what rutilated stone, a rutilated quartz does. Look up what golden healer quartz does. Look up what imperial topaz does. And then look at, this isn't citrine. This isn't a basic stone. These are the good stones put together purposely with intention. Everything is based on intention. So yes, everything does have a way you put it on there. If you don't want to wear, I don't know, there's certain stones you don't wear on certain days, certain moons. And that's why I said, that's why that book, The Curious Lore, is important, because it's talking about your zodiac sign with the stars. It's a map. It's telling you when to wear certain stones, when to wear a certain stone on your ring, on your ring finger. This ring finger has nothing to do with marriage. It had everything to do with Saturn and the black box and all these other things. That's why people wear earrings. It's a lot of shit. It's a lot of traditions that we don't even know why we do them.
You going real metaphysical, man. Like that's some non-ether. We talking non-ether energy and shit. Like that's
spiritual is the divine feminine. That's the infinite darkness, right? We're going back there regardless, and we're gonna live there way longer than we're gonna live here. So that's the reality. That's really the reality. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, everything has intention. Everything we do is based on intention. But like I say, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Sometimes you just buy it because it look good, and it might not work for you until it work for you. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Like you said, the stone will pick you. When you said, why did I put the faces on those stones? Because once you put a face on anything, you give it, like you can blow life into it.
That's facts.
Put a face into a stone. That's why the ancestors were putting our faces into stone. They could have carved anything in the world, and then carved a bunch of what in the stones?
Mm-hmm. Images of self. Yes, sir. Yeah, no, that's facts. And I would dare to say one of the most famous, if not the most, and I mean, oh wow, the moon is looking right at me like a pupil in the eye right now. I just, wow, that's powerful.
Manifest well, God. We still.
I just looked up like a pupil, bro. Like for real. But I was saying it caught me off guard. But the most I feel like most famously known face that I know of and carved in gold stone is that of Tut, man. Like I can't think of a image that I personally feel like is more known or recognized around the globe, like straight up. So that's real.
That's the stone King Tut had in his chest plate, a Libyan desert glass.
Woo! Yes, sir.
Evidence of intergalactic battles from above. This is evidence of intergalactic energy. He also had a Zuli on him. He also had an iron dagger knife. You know what I'm saying? This and that. Now, think about this. An iron pectite isn't easy to melt.
That thing was tough, or it's tough.
Did you hear me? They didn't make it. It was a gift. It was a gift. Think about what I just said. He has a tectite that proves that it was made way before him. And how do you explain this technology of how they? You don't understand the iron tectite is iron. It don't melt like regular metal. So they made a whole knife out of it and gave it to King Tut that was in his grave with a Libyan desert glass, lapis lazuli all around him. This is spirit tech. When you die, you need stones around you. When you die, you need lapis lazuli. And they tell you in the Bible, when you die, it's supposed to be certain stones. Somebody said there was a doula. Can you go back to that? I'm sorry, we didn't get it. There was somebody that give their business a shot. Can you get them? She's a doula, but also death. When they were about to die back in the day, they had death doulas, and those death doulas, bro, they would give them certain stones so you could travel to the next round. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, but lapis lazuli is one of those stones. But can you
no, you can deny the lie, but you can't hide the truth. No, that's real. But listen, that's Yeye or Yah energy. Yeye or Yah is she's the cosmic, you know what I'm saying, doula that guides the departed, you know what I'm saying, ancestors that departed the body on their journey back to Orun, you know what I'm saying, or in Kemet it'd be the halls of Amenta, right? Going into, you know what I'm saying, like what they would consider, to be the other world. I ain't gonna call it under, the other world, like Orun, you know what I mean, the land of the ancestors. Like that's where T'Challa went when he took the sacred herb. You feel me? Like he went into the hospital. You know what I mean? Like that's that. But the way I love it and see it is like they here with us in this realm too. Like that's why it coagulates the way that it does. Like you're looking at a supreme energy at hand. Like I'm not gonna not recognize that. You feel me? Like we got to recognize that, and that's because that's why Ashe is what Ashe is. It ain't about just me. It's about the whole energy that you know what I'm saying, that we all, collectively, that's what that's about. And that's why it is what it is. So you either get on the train to try to elevate to the mothership plane, or we could watch you, in the background of the exhaust from the ship flame. You feel like however you want. But we're here now, and we're here to do the work of the creator, the universal prime creator. And united we stand, divided we fall. It ain't over till we win, and that's what I got.
Black August. Yo, yes, I'm having fun with this. We still going. I know. I mean, I hate it. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I gotta. Yeah. Trust me. I supposed to go a long time ago.
Put her business up there. I can't really read it. She put her business up there. And,
yeah. They did it again. Okay, now you back. It's like they're about to do it again. But can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. I thought you were about to read her. I can't really see her name.
Queen Pearl Birth and Postpartum Doula is her business, and I believe Black Maternal Health. Yeah, is health as well, for sure. Absolutely.
Yes, doulas. Look up with a doula and understand why you need a doula. Understand if you don't take your like the same way police do black men is the same way doctors do black women. If you if you keep your baby out the hospital, and you going. The reason they're trying to stop black babies, especially in the year of the dragon, they don't want gods to come back. They know this. Look into the year of the dragon. Why so many people trying to? Why is the year of the dragon so important? Why is the year of the serpent so important? They're trying to have babies on certain time, and they got to block these energies from coming back. This isn't what I'm saying. This is something you can study in everybody's ancient. They know what's going on. If you were the starseed, what is the starseed sun? If my mama's a dragon, you see what I'm saying? So these energies are coming back over, and it's coming back on that same DNA strand. One going up, one going down. I'll be coming down, a whole nother entity. You know what I'm saying? All aboard. So yeah, doula. Shout out to the doulas, man. Shout out to the doulas because you're bringing in life.
Hey,
them out.
Shout out to the ancestor, Robin Williams, the one from House Party. What do you say? Baby's kids, we don't die, we multiply. Listen, we here now. The ancestors, like for real. The ancestors here, like, bro. It's been real, man. We went 3 heavy, like under 3 stacks, man.
Don't even feel like it, though. I ain't gonna lie.
They don't, but it was real. Like the tribe came through and did what they do, and I already knew we was gonna do what we do. But man, with that, hey, we finished the short little weekend marathon tribe. We hit them three deep for the tray. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday 3-peat, man. We had to make it do what it do and make it be what it be. I appreciate you, bro.
Let me ask you one question before you go, because I can't see all the analytics to it. How many likes you got? Did y'all hit like it or no? Did y'all hit like it?
I don't even know, bro. Like I can't even. That part I can't see from it here.
Hit that like button.
Yeah, I can't see it from it here. I have to be on the channel because in the platform we stream from, it don't. I can see the comments, but it's all good. I know the love is there, bro. Like I do it for the love, But I do appreciate the likes and the subscribes because that adds to the algorithm. That helps us crash the matrix, man. It helps us to get the message to. Get this ashe to those who have the ears to hear and the eyes to see, and so we're gonna make it do what it do, man. And like I said, we're here now. So, hey, you got anything else you want to leave them with before we get out of here?
Good talk forever. I'm gonna be quiet until we on Patreon.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm gonna holler at you too, man. We're gonna make it happen. I want to do it tomorrow, so I don't want to put that out there that I'm confirming tomorrow, tribe. I'm a damn sure try to make it happen. I'm working on like not guaranteeing things that it's not 100%, but I'm gonna get with you, bro. We're gonna see about making this thing happen ASAP, expeditiously.
Appreciation, guy. Appreciation.
Yes, sir. Peace. Likewise. All right, family. So yeah, we'll see y'all tribe on the next one, man. So I appreciate all the love, support, the likes, the shares. Shout out to the new tribe members who joined the channel, man. Shout out to Orisha Stone. Shout out to Baba Kepra Patai, who came through Friday and did what he did. Shout out to everybody who was rocking with us last night on the last minute late night watch party, which was dope. I appreciate y'all. And then for those who joined in later, if you was rocking with us Friday or Saturday, especially even last night, I did get the date locked in for the watch party for the Niggas and Kemet watch party with Professor Cobb. We're going to do that next Saturday, August 16th, I think at 10:30 p.m. So I'll be sharing the links for that on the channel. And also I'll be putting up the links for the new shows we got coming up this week. And I got a lot of content to share with y'all from pre-recorded content or content that was already done that I didn't get the chance to share yet, as well as the Patreon membership. We're going to be locking in some calls in the Patreon this week as well to go even deeper than we did tonight, man. But I definitely appreciate all the love, support, everybody who joined the channel, who joined the Patreon, who joined the private community. I appreciate all y'all tribe. And so it's been real. We did get these 3 knocked out, man. So with that, I'll see y'all coming into this week. Y'all have a good one. We out of here. Peace, blessings, E-Ray, Ashe Odabo. We out, family. Peace.
Ẹni tó gbàgbé ilé ṣàpò ìyàpọ̀ tẹ́ǹtì ẹni takísà ní tàtàn ò bá padà sílé anítìjàkọ ẹja lọ pé eégún mo ṣe nígbẹ́rẹ́ ìpàkọ́ forsake not your ancestors and praise your